Warning. It is the opinion of the Forestry Productions LLC and the Working Perspectives podcast that we should inform you that some of the language used in this recording could possibly be considered offensive. You have been warned, so if you decide to listen to the recording, then don't complain about the language. Hi, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk to some real people about some real things, living real lives, doing real stuff. This is the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied today by jdub, Justin Richardson, Captain Jerkbeard, Tom Lavelle, and our guest today is the one and only Scott Keating. You can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can add us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so my wife stops giving me so much shit about doing the show. Jalen Dub, how you feeling, my man?
Feeling good, feeling great.
Good. You ready to get this thing going or what?
He's excited.
Very nice, very nice. Tom, how you doing, sir?
Feeling great, feeling good.
Looking great, looking good. Very nice. Ready to get this thing going?
Very excited.
Very nice. All right. Well, this is the Working Perspectives podcast. Let's get this thing started. Let's go.
It's our objective to be effective by voicing societies. Working perspective, exploring your day and how you get paid. Launching a new episode every Tuesday. Your day can transform while we inform with new episodes available on every platform. So check out our vibe and how we get live. Then do us a solid. Share and subscribe. Would you share it? Would you share it? Would you share it? Working Perspectives.
All right. Let me tell you a little something about our guest today, Scott Keating. So let's go back in time, right? It's maybe the turn of the century, the late 1990s. Your boy, old Uncle Matty, hanging in, looking good, right? Football is really big in my life at this point, right? And, football, I think everyone gets to an age, especially if you're like 7th, 8th, 9th grade, where if you're playing football, that is the most important thing in your world, right? You know what I mean? So I remember playing football, and I was a lineman, and I was always a big guy, right? And I'm not going to lie, my name is Matt. I was always a big kid, and kids are fucking mean, right? So life wasn't always easy as a big kid. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming up and I'm playing. I knew playing football, I had to cut weight to play weighted football and stuff. And I always knew, like, I was going to be a lineman, right? And I take a lot of pride in that because linemen are fucking workhorses. You know
I am a lineman for the county.
Yeah. Oh, great song. Fucking little Johnny Cash accent. Right. Yeah, dude, love it. Nice. So yeah, either way, yep, love Johnny Cash. Shout out, fan of the show, listener of the show, RIP. But either way, so we're coming up, we're playing football, right? And then Tom, you go to the high school, and as soon as you go there, you start telling me about this guy, Scott Keating, right? He was like this big jack dude, first ever freshman in what's called the 1,000-pound club. So from what I remember, and Scott will clarify this later, but I think to be in the 1,000-pound club, you had to have a combined bench, squat, and deadlift that were all over that when added together is over 1,000 pounds, right? So yeah, can you imagine being 14 and fucking, you know what I mean? Right? Like, that's unreal, dude. I'm at like, dude, 250 deadlift, 300 squat, and 225 bench, and you still don't make it. You know what I mean? Like, right? Like, that's crazy, But so Tom keeps telling me about this guy. Then I'm in like 8th grade, and this guy Scott, first ever freshman in 1,000-pound club, and he's starting varsity, and he's a lineman, and he does something that changed everything. He made being a big guy cool, right? Because he was a star athlete, super good dude. And like he went from, he made it that if you're a lineman who are usually just like these big freaking mooks that everyone picked on, or, maybe not picked on, but, could make fun of. And you made it so that, if you're a lineman, you're lift and you're big and you're strong, that was the cool thing to do. Dude, we freaking we were like his groupies, right? Like I remember my dad would yell at me because we would go to the Y to lift, right? And it would be me and like my buddies, and we would go to the Y and lift, and we wouldn't even lift. We would just follow Scott around from machine to machine and just stand next to him while he's doing it. And I remember he'd be like, dude, are you on this machine? I'm like, oh no, I'm just hanging out. I'm done, done for the day.
Watching.
Yeah. And I didn't even do anything. You know what I mean? So, dude, and then like when I got to LC, right? Dude, I'll tell you, man, the coolest dude to me, and he didn't have to be. This was back in an era where like if you were an upperclassman and you were like, it was a cool thing to be a dickhead as an upperclassman, right? And he was like super cool to me and super cool to all the other guys, and like, would give us advice, and like he was very like, like all the coaches would tell us to watch him and his work ethic and everything he did. So he was very much like, he was the fucking coolest dude in town, and he was a big dude, and he got hot chicks as fucking for girlfriends. And I was like, what the fuck? How does this happen? You know what I mean? So, but I'll tell you, man, when doing the show, right, we are on all fucking platforms, right? We're on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Respects Podcast. We're also on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. So one day I'm on TikTok and I'm doing my thing, right, and posting, and I get a message. And usually when you get a message on TikTok, it's like, like fucking, it's like a scam or something stupid. But I get
Local
one
moms in your area.
yeah. It's like, oh, your warranty is about to expire on your.
We've been trying to reach you.
Yeah. But no, I got a message, and it's, thank God I read it, because it said it was like from user whatever. And it's Scott saying, dude, how much he likes the show, and he watches every Tuesday or watches and listens every Tuesday and Friday. And he's done it since the beginning, and he loves what we're doing on the show and everything we're doing, man. And I'll tell you, dude, and I've said it before, and Justin, I think you would agree with me, where it's like, it does take like, there's a lot of like, you got to eat a lot of crow. We do, at least, doing this show at times. You know what I mean? Where it's like, there's some people that are always like a critic, right? And telling you how, like, what they think the show should be. And just like that kind of stuff. So when you have people that you admire and you look up to, and they're telling you like that they love the show and that they listen to the show, I'm telling you, man, it was a great feeling. But it was also, I used it as like motivation, right? To, keep doing the show and like keep it up. Like, cause in your mind, you're like, if this guy likes it, then we got to be doing something right. You know what I mean? Would you agree?
Yeah, if that guy likes it, I like it.
Yeah, for sure. So, dude, I'll tell you, man, I haven't seen him in a number of years, but I was super excited when I talked to him and he found out he liked the show. And as always, we grade the level of the show by the people that watch it and like it. And he is a Class A guy. And the fact that he likes the show and watched the show, it just blew me away. And I was so happy he does. He's been on the show before when we did the LC Roundtable. And I'll tell you, man, he was like the toast of the town. Everyone freaking throwing around good stories about him. But, dude, I'll tell you, man, I'm super excited he's here. And I can't thank enough for coming on. Scott, thanks for being here. And before we get started, I would just like to ask, how do you like your Cheetos, crunchy or puffed?
So growing up with two brothers, my mom always bought the big thing with the purple. Yeah. So I have to say puff. Like we grew up on that.
Fucking
we grew up on it. We didn't have
ball
the
guy. That's a ball. That's a ball.
That's an Utz ball, right?
That's a barrel of balls.
Yeah, the ball.
About.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the best.
Yeah, dude.
Barrel of balls is good.
Man,
we grew up on them. Man. We didn't have. There's three of us, and it was you were basically fighting the eating. Because my other two brothers aren't typically small, so they, we just, those things would last for all three of us.
How many barrels of balls did you go through
I
a
wa-
week?
Oh my God. At least one a week. At least one a week.
I watched
Dude.
Spud in a white tee turn it like, bucket style and dump out
Dump it.
half of those cheese balls. Look me dead in the face and just walk out of the kitchen upstairs into his room. I was like, you
That's
animal.
amazing.
Oh, when
That's
you say Spud, you mean Dave Billick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know
That's
Dave Billick, Scott? He was an LC guy.
I don't know.
No, he was our age. He was younger than you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but no, Spud. Shout out Spud. Fan of the show. But no, dude, Scott, thanks, man. Thanks so much for being here. Not gonna lie, little brokenhearted that you chose Puffed. Can't fucking believe it. I thought you
There's
were
3,
well, including you, Justin. It's 3.
including
But-
myself.
Yeah, including yourself. It's you, Mickey Bats, and Scott. But hey,
That's good
they're-
company.
Yeah,
So
not
wait,
bad.
Scott, if you're at a party and there's 2 bowls there,
Yeah,
there's the cheese balls and there's the crunchy Cheetos, and they're
Yeah.
sitting right next to each other. You're going for the balls.
I'm going for the balls because I could just pick the bowl up and just
there you
dump
go.
them right in.
Just rub 'em in your hair.
Yeah.
Dude, the
Uh,
worst though, like I'm surprised there hasn't been an invention for like I don't know, scoopers or like Cheeto tongs, because the dust is the worst, right?
Like a
you can't-
chopstick.
Oh, dude, Tom, you're a chopstick guy. I've been doing the toothpick. The toothpick's good, but
That's
dude,
a good idea.
you can't get it off your hands, right?
No.
Oh my
Price you
god.
pay.
I mean, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. But yeah,
J-Dub, what would you say to a bowl of a mix? How about we get a bowl? We'll throw half
Mix?
balls.
I'm not
half crunch.
anti
Mix?
crunchy.
Yeah,
I like
right.
Right.
crunchy.
Right.
And I'm not anti cheese ball either. If I
But
choose to
having
go
given
crunchy.
the choice of what I would pick in that exact scenario on the table, I would 1000% grab the cheese balls.
Why not
Especially
just
after a
bring
night
them
of
together?
drinking. Oh man.
drinking in the cheese balls, really?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
back in college. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I said this before, but we had a kid on the wrestling team that he would eat, like after weigh-ins, he would eat like almost a whole container of the cheese balls, the big ones you're talking about.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was, I mean, dude, but that was where nutrition was back then. Like, dude,
Right.
Half
They don't know
after
what they know
corn
now.
syrup.
like we wouldn't have eaten for days at a time, right? And afterwards they're force feeding us like tomato pie, Gatorade, soda,
They weren't
cheese
force
balls.
feeding anything. at
I mean,
that
yeah,
point.
they're not. Yeah, we're forcing we're ravaging all that food.
We
but,
got the power bars back then. They would give us power bars and stuff like that.
when we went to tournaments, we would have like 4 boxes of Corpley's tomato pie. Even when we were at away tournaments.
It is
But-
it's a special thing, like when your body's empty, like what you decide to put in it for the first time. I got sick one year down the shore and I was completely empty. And then like 4 hours later, I was like out drinking again. And I was like, all that is inside my body right now is Taco Bell and Crown Royal and bottled water. That's all that's
babe.
inside this engine.
You are. Yeah, your engine definitely. Yeah, you need an oil change after that, babe. That's brutal. Nice. But no, nice. So Scott, man, how are you, brother? How's things going?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on. Really looking forward to it. I really appreciate it.
Dude, I'll tell you, man. Well, this was one we circled on the calendar, brother. We've been looking forward to this one also. Really excited. Plus, too, like last week when we did the LC Roundtable, how awesome was that? Huh?
It was great.
show.
Time flew by.
Oh my God, we did. That was 3 hours too, and it was just like, phew,
Yeah, it was great.
I can't wait for another one. If we had another one, right? And we'll say we'll keep you, Scott, and there's like 3 other guys that you would want from any time. Like is there anyone you'd think off the top of your head who you'd want for the next one?
Can I say their names?
Yeah, of course.
Like Steve Mosey or John Stever.
Yeah.
There's some other good characters. I mean,
I love-
Dan Clemens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Anthony too. Anthony Byers.
Anthony Byers,
He'd
Jack
be
Byers.
good. Yeah, the Byers would be good. Kev too. And then man, dude, they'd all be good. Trying to think. We
You
could
still
get
talk to Dan Clemens, Scott?
Rarely. Yes, I do.
I love
Rarely.
that guy.
He's
Yeah.
living up in the mountains.
Oh,
nice.
really?
Yeah.
Mostly too. Anthony told me a story about Mosi and when you guys played North Penn for the last time, and it was like a pass in the end zone and something, or he threw like a bad pass and they lost, and like that was the game right there or something like that.
You talk about a guy with stories. He's got stories for days. He does not forget anything.
Nice.
Got a great Gruden impression too.
Yes.
Does he really?
Yes. And he does Harry Callis.
Oh,
And he does
I got a pretty good.
He
Harry
does Mike Quick, and who works with Mike Quick? He announced for the Eagles.
Merrill Reese.
Merrill Reese. Yes.
I love my new Mitsubishi Spider Eclipse.
He does that to a T. He does it to a T.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Dude, I love like the one video, I think I've watched it 1,000 times. There was a remember the comeback against the Giants where Deshaun Jackson ran back to punt.
The miracle at the Meadowlands.
The miracle at the Meadowlands. 2, I guess. 2. But they did like a video of that with the Remember the Titans theme music. Have you ever seen that?
No.
And like it's Merrill Reese commentating. It's all the plays, like Vic just taking over. Right. And Merrill and like the Remember the Titans theme, bro. If you want to go run through a fucking wall, I'm telling you, watch this video and you'll climb fucking Mount Everest. It is so goddamn good.
That's
Shout
awesome.
out, fan of the show, listen to the show. So nice. So nice, man. Yeah, dude. When we do, we're definitely that. I mean, dude, that one was so good, and there was so much that we didn't even cover. And like it went by so fast. And so I would love to do another LC roundtable. I'd love to do a female version, right, of the LC roundtable. Get that going. See what that looks like. You know, yeah, nice.
I'd be able to help with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still, I talk to Nike regularly.
Stroman, right?
Yeah,
Nike Stroman. Yep.
Yeah, so she's like got her girlfriends that went to LC. I'm sure they'd be down.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Nike. What? Who didn't Nike have a brother?
Yes, he's younger though.
I thought he was in my grade.
First name?
I don't remember him.
Is that a nickname? Is that a real actual?
No,
her
her name is Nike. Yeah. She was named after the Greek goddess.
Goddess of victory. Yeah.
And
if I have a daughter, I'm naming her Nike.
It's her sweet name, dude. I always liked it. You know,
Nike
so
Richardson.
She did not like the name.
It'd be a lot better being named Reebok. You
imagine everyone's like, just do it. Every like jerk off's like, just do it.
Yeah, I'm sure she got hit with that.
But it's not spelled Nike. She's Nykie, I think.
Yeah.
Which I think then Greek? She found later wasn't how it was spelled on the birth certificate or something like that.
Whatever. Yeah. Still, badass name though. I mean,
I always liked it.
If you could be named after a brand, that's definitely, I mean, besides Gucci.
It's better than Paul.
Yeah, it's definitely better than Gary,
I don't want to be named Paul or Gary.
You and your fucking God, the Paul demographic's gonna kill us.
Go on.
God.
Go on.
We lost the Paul demographic fucking months ago.
I'm anti-Josh.
Jesus, and Josh too?
There's one Josh. There's maybe one or two I like, but overall,
remember the Josh that lived down the street from us?
Yeah, I remember. That's
the Josh.
One of the first ones I think of. Little weird guy.
He was a bad.
Weird Josh.
If you're gonna judge, if you're gonna judge all Joshes on that one Josh, just saying, it's a little racist.
A lot of names get ruined just by one person,
Oh, for sure, sure. Like like Adolf.
Yeah,
that guy.
You know what?
This
is what I was thinking the other day.
Is done.
But here's the thing: for years now, 100 years, right? The worst thing you could be is a Nazi, right? The worst thing you could be is a Nazi. You could, if you named your kid Adolf, it'd be child abuse. The mustache is gone. Don't think about having that mustache.
The salute.
What? Whoa. What was it?
I don't know here.
What was it before that? You know what I mean? What did people call it? Like before World War I, what was the worst thing to be? Like instead of like, oh, you're a Nazi, what was it? You know what I mean? I was trying to think about that. Who was the
I know communism,
Spanish Inquisition.
Communists were after the Nazis. I know commies were a bad one for a while.
Barbarians.
I was thinking of barbarian. What are you?
I mean, dude, guys, we all know what it is.
No, because it's different than that, dude. I'm not talking about that because that is totally different. That's you can call everyone.
And what I meant, what I'm referring to is a vegan, right? Everyone hates being a vegan.
Whatever you all thought is whatever it is in your racist little heart.
Yeah.
Good luck naming your son Putin now. That's out the window.
Right. Well, that's where I originally
Yeah,
thought
Vladimir.
I thought Vladimir. I was like, because like if you think of total shitty people in the history of the world, Hitler's the GOAT, right? He's the best shittiest person of all time.
Well, he's the
go-to.
one. Dude, Joseph Stalin apparently was worse, but no one hated.
Yeah, but
everyone
Joseph,
hated Hitler.
he didn't corrupt Joseph.
No,
Yeah.
Joseph's
What
still
are you,
going
Stalin? No one says that. They go,
Yeah.
what are you, Hitler?
Yeah, Hitler. Yeah, Hitler might be the worst. Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Shout
Plus,
out
I mean,
Before
Shout out
Hitler,
Vladimir.
who was so hated? You know,
That's what I'm saying. Who was? The
I
most
couldn't
hated
even
before
tell you
Hitler?
I couldn't even tell you the worst guy from World War One. And I know Hitler was in World War One, but he wasn't like a leader. You know, but I'm just saying. You know,
What about,
yeah.
like,
Caesar,
Napoleon?
some people, Napoleon. Some people had to hate Caesar. Some people had to hate
Genghis Khan.
Gangi, old Gangi. You know, no one's named Genghis anymore. No one's named Genghis.
Yeah.
No
want to
one.
name someone Genghis.
No one, dude.
Genghis.
It's been how many thousands of years? No one is named Genghis anymore. No one.
I bet you there's a couple middle names. Genghis.
Jerry Genghis.
Jerry Genghis.
I would love it if Tony Khan's middle name was Genghis. Tony Genghis Khan. That'd be fucking great.
Genghis Khan.
Either way, Tony Khan, a fan of the show, listener of the show, owner of AEW and Ring of Honor.
Either way, Hitler bad. But everyone united in saying
Well put.
when everyone united in saying the Nazis are bad. You know,
Dude,
we could all agree on that.
Indiana Jones doesn't like you. I don't like you.
What if what would Call of Duty do without Nazis?
Mhm.
Right? Like, what would they do? You know, like Nazi zombies in Call of Duty? Forget it, right? You couldn't have I don't know, the soccer player zombies and it'd be the same. It wouldn't. They're the ultimate villain for the rest of history, you know. Until, you know.
They've had a good 100-year run. I'm just saying, who's going to dethrone him? Is Putin coming now? Is he going to be? Are they going to be the next?
I mean,
I'm
Russia
sure-
was in the 80s.
I'm sure Confederates got shit on for a while, right? You know?
I was thinking the redcoats too. I was thinking, but
big
they're still-
time.
you think like
King
what
George,
are you, a redcoat?
King George was probably shit all over, right?
I feel like there was more people here, like
they're hanging
still
him in
involved,
effigy.
You know,
Yeah.
especially same with Civil War.
Tsar Nicholas, he wasn't liked, but he wasn't liked just because he was like a bitch. But either way, so really got off on a nice tangent there. But
Who was the lady that said let him eat fruit or have cake and something like that?
you can have your cake and eat it too.
In
No,
France.
she said like let them eat cake, like Ferdinand maybe.
Bro. I mean,
Ferdinand and Isabella or something like that.
there's
This
probably
has been history with morons.
Yeah,
It's
million
really
people who said that. So, all right, let's
No,
keep
she
it.
said they were starving people in the streets, and she said, "Well, let him eat cake."
It's
Dude.
in France, but I don't know her name.
Dude, it's probably, probably something French like les incompetents or something. I don't know.
I'm gonna
So
look it up.
Very good. You do that. So let's keep it moving. Like we said, we got Scott Keating on the show today. I want to start at the beginning. So Scott here was born in Norristown and grew up in the land of the free, home of the Bravelands LPA. He did public school from kindergarten to ninth grade. Then in ninth grade, he went to the local Catholic high school where he graduated. Then he would go on to Delaware for 1 year and then went to Bloomsburg and he played some footy football. He also did a little basketball, stuff like that, but I want to get into it. So Scott, you were in public school first. You started playing football in 7th grade, right? And you would play for like the middle school team. Did you take and eventually football be pretty big for you? Did you take the football right away, or did you get a couple shellackings the first year? How'd it go?
Well, I actually started when I was in 3rd grade. I was playing pound ball.
All right.
Excuse me. But I was obviously a lot bigger. So I was playing
Same.
actually with my older brother. So I lasted 2 days
Same.
and then I quit. And then played baseball. And then in 7th grade picked up football, and it somewhat came naturally. You know, I had a lot to work on, but I did start that year, and then just grew a love for it. Like started taking my helmet home and working out in the backyard, working out with my brother. Then that's when we started lifting. Yep.
Nice. How influential was your brother? And we'll say his name's Joe. Joe was another dude at the gym that, like, dude, I remember the first time I saw Joe and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, this guy is huge. And I remember too, this was awesome. I remember too. And I was like, we're hanging out at the Y, and like, you know how like you have to come down the stairs, and there was that like little room, and you could go to like the room with like the treadmills, or you could go to like the room with like the squat racks,
free weights.
Yeah. So Joe is like hanging out that room, and he's like talking to us and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, so cool. He's going to Nova, like fucking football star, all this stuff. And then this one chick comes down, right? And she was pretty good looking. She was all right, right? And she comes down and she asked like a question. And then Joe said something that's like, wow, your hair looks really good today. Right. And she just fell in, like, you could see it right away. She's like, oh, thanks, Joe. Right. And I'm just like, I watched, I was like, this fucking guy's a genius. This is fucking genius, right?
He was nice to that girl.
Whoa, nice. He complimented that girl. Holy shit, you know? So, yeah. So, I mean, that had a profound effect on me, because I mean, I tell everybody how great their hair looks. Isn't that right?
It's good.
Yeah. So,
no.
But but yeah, Scott. So how, like, Joe, did he help you out a lot and guide you?
I mean, he started the ball. You know, he would take me out, me and my little brother as well, when we were in 7th and 8th grade, and we'd go out and train with them. And we would also go out lifting. We went up to Allentown twice a week.
Yeah.
With a trainer. You know, very influential. Started me on diets, and you know, just to be like, just go out there and whoop some ass.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned from him.
Dude, I'll tell you, and Chip had told me about the weightlifting guy, you know, you guys would go to this place, and it was Allentown, right?
It was Allentown. Yeah. So my dad actually got his son a job down here at a pharmaceutical company. And the trade-off was, hey, you get my son a job, I will get your son's scholarship for football. So that was the deal.
Fucking worked.
Yeah, so it worked. So we'd go up there twice a week, and it was like Chip was saying, it's just like meatheads, nothing but guys in there with, you know, belt and old school weights and chalk, and it was a great introduction for us, but it also started like our habits of working out and, you know, trying to be the best, because they push you to you pass out.
Yeah. Dude, see that, but that's the kind of shit you need at that age. You know what I mean? Like,
correct.
That's probably why, like, so did I get it right about the 1,000-pound club? Like, what were the, okay.
Yeah. So, it was three different weights that had to total over 1,000 pounds for 1 rep each.
Jesus. Do you remember what yours were?
I think it was, I did 350 for bench. I did 350 for squat. And then it was like, I did 350 for deadlift.
Holy shit, dude! At 14, you were 14.
Well, I had 2 years. I had 2 years leg up on everybody. So
dude, at 14, you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding?
I was gonna say, you had 2 years leg up on being 14.
Yeah.
Bro, I did 14 twice.
Dude, I mean, dude, I think I was 5'3" when I was 14. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't benching 350. That's crazy, dude, man. But that's awesome to have like an older brother that was like fucking so helpful and influential. And like, dude, Joe, I've only had few interactions, but even when like we were younger, like he was always cool to the young guys, and like that wasn't cool back then. You know
and that's where I learned it from, like, you know, being very humble. Like he wasn't like an asshole going around slapping people's books. He would try to help out anybody. He was just, you know, and same with my little brother. They're all the same way.
Yeah, no, totally, dude. 100%. That is the reputation you guys have. Like, you guys are like super big, strong, athletic, but like just the nicest guys in town. But, you know, if you piss them off, watch the fuck out. I remember you almost ripped this guy's head off at the gym one day, and he fucking ran out of the gym. He was so fucking scared. Do you remember? What? Fuck. I'll have to cut it. I think was his name.
Yes.
Yeah. You fucking dude. You were hot. You were gonna fucking kill this guy. I remember that. I remember being like, I remember like I was scared. I was like, holy shit.
He still cuts my hair.
I mean, it was probably just kids being stupid, right? Yeah. But no, he was like, yeah, I remember he had a brother too. But yeah, but no, he fucking I just remember being like at the Y being like, holy shit, someone's gonna die. But yeah, so nice. So okay.
Scott,
so,
what's the age difference between you, Joe, and Kevin?
So me and Joey are 2 years, and then me and Kevin are 1 year.
all
So
right.
that's pretty close. So like, I
So
mean,
yeah, 38, 39, 41.
what's
Alright.
I mean, you've never fought at home or anything?
Oh no, all the time.
Yeah,
All the
fucking
time.
war zone.
Especially, like for instance, high school, I would have my brother would give me a ride to school if only I would cook his breakfast. So I'd have to go down and cook the breakfast, and if the eggs weren't right, then we'd get into a brawl. It was
How do you like
it
his eggs?
he liked them like turned over once to where they're not runny, and a couple times he'd be like, and that's why. And I started putting on weight because he's like, you eat it now, and then
Oh,
cook some more. And they had to be ready for when he woke up in the morning because he was on like a 6 to 10 egg diet a day
shut the
for
fuck
football.
up.
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, you got, dude, Chip was telling us, didn't you have like in your locker, you would have shit so you could grab it and eat it and like just for like mass, you know what I'm saying?
Like protein, like protein bars and pre-made protein shakes just to try to put on weight.
Yeah. Dude, I
Oh,
mean,
they had that kind of stuff back then. I thought they only had cheese balls, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I'm sure he had tomato pie there too. And pretzels with mayonnaise, right?
Oh God. Bring back some memories.
What was the worst fight you've ever like? I mean, was there any real bad ones? I mean, because you guys are two heavyweights going at it. I mean,
believe it or not,
I feel like you could break some shit at the house pretty easily.
Believe it or not, the more battles was between me and Kevin because we were so close in age, and we went to school, every year except for 9th and 8th when I went to Lansdale Catholic. And I mean, we would get into battles, especially like before school or, and he was the kind of kid because he was smaller than both me and my brother. He would throw objects. He would take brooms and whatever he could get his hands on.
Yeah.
Because he was very resourceful. So
smart.
He
had to be.
He was a typical little brother.
No, our youngest brother is also a little piece of shit. So,
And then me and Joey were just fist fight. It was just like, if I beat him in basketball, then he would come at me. And we'd be wrestling on the ground, and my mom would come out and chase us up the street. So
yeah. No, I'm with you. No, dude, what was your parents' food bill like? That had
it was pretty. I mean, it was pretty.
Like that had to be a second fucking mortgage when you guys were in high school, huh?
Right. Oh yeah, it was monstrous. I mean, she was spending back then like $250 to $300 a week for us.
Wow, dude. And that the thing is too, like, it's crazy how much you guys were into your diet because diet wasn't as big back then as it is now.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Back then, I mean, even in high school, I packed on some pounds, and they weren't all good weight.
Right.
Yeah.
But like they're telling you like eat the cheesesteaks and all, like, you know what I mean? Like, but your coaches are telling you like eat all this stuff and get big and like we need you big, and, like, because Joe played D-line, right?
No, Joe played linebacker.
Okay.
He was a linebacker. Yeah.
Still fucking big. You got to be big. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. I mean, he was 245, he's 6'1", 245. He was huge. He was a big dude.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
Yeah. All right. I thought you were taller than Joe for some reason.
Right, no, he's got an inch off.
Yeah. You guys were freaking, towers, man. But nice. So, okay. So you really got into like, I mean, from what I was told and like from what people say, like you really loved the team aspect, right? Like that's one of the things you really enjoyed. It was like being on the team, being part of a unit, part of a crew. like that? Like, would you say that was one of your favorite things about playing football?
Yeah, I didn't care about how I did individually. It was all like I gauged it on how we did as a team.
Yeah.
And that's still true to this day with like everything I do. It's like, let's win.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how we get there, and then we can take a look and see how we can improve. So yeah, I was always more of like team aspect. I didn't care if I had 3 sacks or, 2 tackles. It didn't matter.
Yeah. Dude, team first. No, that's awesome, man. That's the best way to be, in my opinion. The team always comes first. And that's dude. And if the team's successful, then you're successful. And that's usually how it goes.
Correct.
But nice, man. Nice. So, all right. So then you're playing. So would you end up being a captain on the team?
Yep. I was a captain my senior year.
Nice.
Lansdale Catholic.
And so you guys were pretty good. You're playing well and everything's going good. You're working out, doing the football thing, and then you start getting recruited to go to school, to go to college. What is the recruiting process like for you?
So a lot of it was the recruiters from that school would come into our school. They would pull you out of class. And they would do, like, for me, sometimes because I'm a lineman, they would do like tests. They want to see like you bend down. Then they would review film. Yeah, if you can like touch your toes, just to see how flexible you are.
Yeah.
And then you would go on recruiting trips. So I went on 3 of them. I had 1 full ride up to New Hampshire, and then I had a 75% full ride to Delaware, and then I also had 1 to Maine.
Oh wow! So they wanted you up in New England, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Looking back on it, kind of wish I would have went up there, but I was 18 years old. I went up there and visited. There was mostly people were hunters or fishers, and I was like, I do none of this.
Yeah,
it's cold as hell up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, bro.
Right, and we went in December, so it was cold as shit when we got off.
Oh, fuck that, dude. Yeah. Like, I think it's cold down here. I can't you're in fucking Canada up there.
Yeah.
You kidding me? Where was it? In Bangor? Were you in Bangor? Whatever it is.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Moose
Justin?
country.
Moose country.
Yeah, exactly what it
is. Don't fuck around with moose country.
Dude, New Hampshire's fucking cold too, dude. It's fucking cold up there, bro. Right? It's cold here.
Delaware.
But when you get up there, it's fucking cold. But then so like they would come, they would talk to you, they would check you out. Like, would they talk to the coach and everything like that?
Oh yeah. Yep. Because our coach was a
Yeah.
teacher as well, so they would talk to him. Yep.
And he probably gave you like a fucking crazy good endorsement, right?
I mean, he gave pretty much anybody, that played for him, but he told him the straight up truth. Like, he wouldn't try to pad it. Because at the end of the day, it's his name to say, oh yeah, this guy, he's definitely D1 or D1. So he was very truthful with them.
Nice. All right. So then you make it through school. And we talked about this on the LC Roundtable, which is available now on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Work Perspectives Podcast. But on the LC Roundtable, when you're at school, you talked about like this thing called the pit crew. Right. Yep. So you pointed this thing out as one of your favorite things and like something you love doing. What is so would it be just for every LC sporting event you guys would show up and just go nuts, or what's going on?
Just the basketball.
Okay.
It was just for basketball.
Men's and women's, or just men?
Just men's. Yeah.
Okay.
Because we had a lot of friends, and I mean, Tom, you were there. Yeah. Rick, who we had on, and it was we just created something within our grade, and it was actually all grade. It was from seniors all the way down to freshmen.
Yeah,
and
Anthony was in on it too.
Right. Yeah, it was just it was just great to get together and have a common goal, and it's actually what kept our class together through the whole time.
And I feel like too that's something else.
Also, the team was pretty good.
Yeah, correct. Right, they went to the semifinals our senior year.
For the state semifinals?
For basketball, for states.
Oh, wow. So that is...
being right with Lansdale Catholic, smaller school.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a great time.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's great. And like, I think too, like it's another team aspect, right? Like right away, like you wanted to be like a member and a leader of the team, and you guys are getting shirts made and dude, getting in brawls and fighting for each other and just knowing like you guys are sticking together and all this stuff, right? Like that was like,
Correct.
I think that probably was a draw as well, where it's like, just more part of being part of the team and part of the crew. So nice, very
Plus,
nice.
it was hilarious. All
Oh,
the
was
chants and
it?
everything, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was, my one proud moment with the pit is that I came up with singing the Ale, 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 hallelujah. And it kind of became a like tradition. And I was like
Staple.
I was in and out of the pit crew because I no longer went to the school. So
Oh shit.
but that
You're
was
right,
my one,
Tom, that's right.
my one
You're right.
contribution to the pit crew was that song,
What-
because they're trying to they're trying to like do all this stuff and do all these chants. And so then I was like, well, I guess we all know this one. So
Would
I
you
just
guys
started
like
singing.
work and come up with chants? Like,
Well, they got
Mhm.
in trouble for one chant. I don't know if you can say if you want to say, if you remember it, Scott, but it's let me
I
see
do not
that
remember.
that something shot or something like that, I think was a chant. I remember Fitz telling it. I mean,
Oh
we can
my
cut
gosh,
this out,
Fitz.
right?
go ahead.
It was let me see that beaver shot. So like when the cheerleaders would come out or something like that. And so then there was like a 1-game suspension of the pit crew that they weren't allowed
That's
to
right.
go.
You're right.
What?
Yeah.
So G,
Damn.
I think, suspended the pit crew for a game.
hmm
Dude, that's so funny though. That's
The
great,
whole
but that's
section.
like kids being funny. Go ahead, Justin.
But no, yeah, the whole section, all of you.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody.
There's probably like 150, 200 people, right? Or
Yeah. I
would you
mean,
s-
well, there's probably like 60 or 70 people. I mean,
Okay.
we filled up we took up most of the gym at LC.
Yeah. If you know the
Yeah.
gym at LC, I mean,
Yeah,
they
it's
have
not
the
very
stands that like pull out. So
Yeah.
I
Correct.
guess you'd like walk in and it was at the end and like that
Correct.
whole back
Yep.
left.
Yep.
was
Yep.
The student
Dude,
section.
it's crazy to think too. Like I remember going to that gym the first time and be like, dude, this is huge. You
It's
know?
Right,
freaking
And
right.
being and then like because I'm coming from St. Stan's, so I'm like, this is massive, but it's really
We've
like
reached the
you
big
know,
time.
Yeah.
almost
Great
like-
venue though, because you're on top of people. I mean, I remember seeing playoff games there, like LC versus who the heck were they? Phoenixville, like our freshman year, and it was like intense, like
Huge. Yeah.
yeah. We went into like I think Kraft made like 2 free throws to like send it into overtime and stuff like that. So it was just like everyone was going nuts, and it was like everybody's on top of each other. And you remember the pep rallies, how like
Oh,
loud
yeah.
it was in there, and like
So
it was really a pretty cool spot.
It was a cool atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We tried to be like Duke, like the Dukies when
Yeah,
they go
you're
Like
right.
nuts.
Cameron Crazies or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, man. That's
fans
awesome.
of the show, listeners of the show.
Of course. So nice. Okay. So you end up graduating high school or graduated from high school from LC, and then you would accept the scholarship to Delaware. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Dude, did you so I remember we would have there's a tournament that we would go to. It's the number we've talked about before. So it was the #1 high school wrestling tournament in the country, right? And it was called the Beast of the East at Delaware, and it was huge.
Yep.
And I just remember going down there and seeing Delaware's stadium and like thinking like, dude, who has to run those stadium stairs? Was that something like, dude, because it legit was like it was like a straight up, like it was really tall and it was like a wall, just like straight up. Like, was that something you had to do? Did you have to run those or what?
We had to run with people on our back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you're like, when I first went there, I mean, well, during the winter time, I was like 275, and you're carrying people I was one of the smaller linemen, so guys like 280, 290 carrying them up those stairs. I've never puked so much in my life during winter workouts. Yeah, it was.
Bro.
I couldn't imagine being like a D1 school because those go a lot higher.
Yeah, dude, you imagine Penn State? It's got the biggest stadium in the country.
God.
Oh my God. That's unbelievable.
Scott, what was your through high school and now going into college? What was your did you work during the? Because I remember being in the gym And it's funny because I remember this. We're sitting there and you're watching the screen. We're at the Y that we were talking about, and you're watching your stocks. And I was like, were you into?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Were you into? You were into stocks back then. And I
You're-
remember thinking, like, I have no idea about anything about stocks.
Sixth
but I
grade.
remember,
Yep.
yeah, I remember you had
Yeah.
stocks, and you were like
Yep.
looking at the things, and like something went up, and you're like, yes, I just
Yep.
made
Yeah, you're right.
$1,000 or
That's
something
funny.
like that. And I was like, oh man, I guess he's into stocks, you know.
Yeah. It
So,
started
like,
young.
that's good though. That's to be in
Really?
Yeah.
at that age.
Are you
Well,
still?
Of
Yeah,
course.
I dabble a little bit. And well, I used to caddy at a golf course, and I would take all my money, and my dad worked at the big pharmaceutical company, so I invested a lot of money into stocks with him.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how did
It was
that?
just-
That's
I mean,
fucking
that
smart.
had to be beneficial, you know, going forward. You know, if you've been putting in a certain amount and you can kind of build on what you're putting in there, that had to be a great step up to start. You know, like
Correct. Oh yeah.
going into
Yeah.
college or maybe
Yep.
just coming out of it.
And then you get divorced, and it all goes out the window.
Hey man.
But no,
it's-
yeah.
Wait,
no,
are
it's-
you divorced?
Yes.
Yeah,
didn't
we'll
know
get
that.
into that later if we need to.
They
But
say
yeah,
you never truly know a woman till you divorce her.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, and it's nice hitting the jackpot the second time around, so that's good.
Yeah.
there you
yeah.
go. Nice. Nice.
Yep.
That's the way to do it. So, all right. So let's keep it moving. So you're at Delaware. You would go there for a year, right? And then you would end up transferring to Bloomsburg. Why did you transfer to Bloomsburg?
So my coach Tubby Raymond, he's a football god. He recruited me, brought me in, and then he retired. So we
Oh.
got done our season. He retired in December, and then we go through winter workouts. Our new coach comes in, and he brings in, probably 15 transfers. And because we're not his guys, so I came in with
True.
the class of 24. 20 of us left. Only 4 guys stayed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure like at some level it gets political, right?
For sure. And it's his
Every
guys. He
level.
wants his guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
level is political. From
It's
political.
and-
And Mickey's 4 years old.
But like, I mean, dude, if you have Scott on the team or some fucking jabron, you're starting Scott. You know what I mean? I don't care how political it is. Like at some point, it's like if it's a clear difference, if a guy's better, he's playing. You know what I mean? But like at this level,
Not
they're-
everywhere. Not
at this
everything.
level, they're more comparable, right? So the political game has to be a lot more serious. Is that kind of right, Scott? Would you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he wants to bring in his guys. And, when I was at Delaware, I wasn't anything special. I was, I really didn't hit my peak until probably my sophomore year when I got like yoked up. Like I got huge. Like Delaware,
Yeah.
I was probably, I was a little bit smaller. I was undersized. I was getting my ass whooped by the first team. So me leaving, it wasn't, the coach called me after I left and just wanted to thank me and, understands why.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was one of the best decisions of my life to leave.
Nice.
'Cause-
So no, dude, that's good. Yeah, because it would end up working out. So okay. So wait, you were undersized as a freshman? How?
Oh yeah, big. Oh yeah.
How,
I mean,
what is undersized?
I was out. Some of the guys were 40 to 50 pounds heavier than me.
Shut and 40, 50 pounds is some yoke, right? Like
Yeah,
obviously weight,
huge.
but like some.
Oh
that's
my
some
gosh!
muscle.
Like the offensive lineman, the one guy was like 6'4", 305, and had a 6-pack. I was like, what am I supposed to do here?
Bro?
Yeah,
Dude, wow. I mean, yeah, what the hell are you supposed to do there?
Yeah,
It's like you're going
so-
against the mountain in
Yeah,
Game of Thrones.
literally, I'm just gonna fall to my knees and try to take your legs out. But
Yeah. But
yeah.
okay. So then, all right. So then you would end up transferring to Bloomsburg. At this time, were you working at the warehouse at this time in like the off season, or was that
no,
later?
not yet. No, I was actually still caddy. I
Okay.
would still caddy at
And
the golf course down in get back
Okay. And that was like everyone, like that was kind of like a summer job and like when
every
you're
Saturday
home-
and Sunday. Yep.
Yeah. No, would
Mhm.
you still do that when you were at Delaware? Like, would you come home during the spring?
No,
Okay.
because it was
Too
way too
far.
involved with football.
Yeah.
So that was the only year I didn't work was my freshman year of college.
Okay. So then, all right. So then you transfer to Bloomsburg, you go there. Did you notice like a difference immediately? Like, this is my place? Or
well, my little brother went there, so he played football for Bloom.
Fuck,
Yeah.
nice. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
so it was easier for my parents.
Yeah.
Went there and just, easily gelled in with his friends, and I made my own friends. It was a great transition.
Yeah, dude, Kevin's a stud too, man. Wasn't he a wide receiver?
Wide
right?
receiver. Yep.
Dude, I'll tell you, man, that's a fast fucking white boy right there. I'll tell you, man.
He had great hands.
Great hands. Dude, like he's like Kevin Zeblin fast. Fucking Kevin. He is.
Zeblin it's probably a little he's probably faster than Kevin, but my brother. Zeblin's
he's
fast.
on that fucking level. He's fast. Kevin's fast.
Yeah.
Kevin's
fast. He was a good athlete.
Dude, I remember there was a story in high school about he had like taken this girl to the junior prom, and they were like hanging out afterwards, and these guys shot him with fucking paintballs, like
paintball. Yeah, that's his wife who he took there.
You ended up marrying her?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Steph Williams.
Oh, I don't know if I know her, but
Uncle Timmy loves Steph Williams.
Yep, he does.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'll have to cut the, I mean, I probably can keep her name in. I don't think it matters. But I will have to cut this. So
Okay. All right. Yes.
Remember last week on the LC Roundtable, Anthony had brought up the all area ass team, right?
Yes.
And the all area tits team and the all area legs team.
She was all area everything. Good for Kevin.
Well, he had said he's like, I don't want to say anyone because someone's kind of related to him. And right away,
he's talking to me.
Right away, I was like, shout out Katie Outland, show, listener to the show, just like being a dick. I'm sure she made it, but
oh my gosh.
But I was like, dude, who couldn't you say? Right. And he was like, Steph Williams. I was like, I don't know.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
She was all apparently she was all every she was.
Oh, she'd love that. She'd love to hear that.
Ranked number 1 in the intelligence. I mean, all right. I guess we can leave this in then if she'd love to hear it, but I mean, we'll see. Okay, so either way, so you're working or you're playing at Bloomsburg. You're there with Kevin, who's dating this girl who we don't know, who no one rated or whatever.
Right. Correct.
So you're there with Kevin. He's playing. And he was a wide receiver in college as well.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Would he still play wide receiver in college?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He played wide receiver all through senior year. Yep.
Nice. So, all right. So you guys are both playing offense. You're both playing for the same team. Right, he's a year behind you. Your parents are probably like tickled pink that they could come out and watch you, and like, Uncle Timmy could make the drive if he wasn't, but he wasn't allowed to leave the county.
Correct.
But
little thing on his leg wouldn't let him.
Yeah, that guy. Oh man, dude. All right, do you got an Uncle Timmy story you could tell us real quick?
Probably a billion.
I mean, there's the one that really resonates with us is he used to smoke a lot. So when we were kids, he would come and watch us. And
I would never leave my fucking kid with him. I don't know
never
you couldn't pay me. I wouldn't do it for $1 million. I wouldn't leave my kid with him.
$1 million.
No, I wouldn't. I would not leave because she would die.
How long?
For a night. He's babysitting him for a night.
Yeah. So he was a huge
$1 million,
like
dead. She'd be fucking dead.
Timmy would be dead.
He's a big smoker and he couldn't drive back then. So he'd smoke like 2 packs a day. So one time we took his cigarettes and we crumbled them up and we put them in the toilet. And my little brother's like, Uncle Timmy, come look what's in the toilet. There's a snake. Opens up the toilet. He's like, you motherfucker. So he takes all of us and he ties us up to the fire hydrant. And he goes, you guys are staying there till it's bedtime. Yeah.
See, no way. Not for $1 million. Wait, the fire hydrant like out front of your house?
So at my parents' house where they still live now, there's a fire hydrant that literally sits right out front.
I mean, fire hydrants are only like a couple feet tall.
Well, we were only, we were 4, 5, and 7. And he tied us all the way around.
Oh my god,
Dude,
Uncle
tying toddler,
Timmy.
like, don't you have neighbors?
Oh yeah, but this was back in the 80s, so people
They
didn't.
don't
I
give
mean,
a
they
shit.
they don't give a
They're
shit.
probably like, these kids probably fucking
Yeah.
deserved it. Fucking
Go
get
jump
'em,
in the
yeah.
van. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
jump
go
in the
get a
van.
pack of smokes. I'm
Yeah.
tying you guys.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
My
Did he leave or like did he go get cigarettes or did he stay? Like he was there.
No, he couldn't
he
drive.
couldn't drive.
He couldn't drive. That's why he was so pissed.
He's fucking done. He's probably wanted to smoke so bad. He's like, I'll do
He was
anything.
fiending.
That was
He
the
was like,
last day he had a cigarette.
Right.
Yeah, right. Dude, he tied, dude. Yeah, $1 million. You're not tying my fucking kid to a fire hydrant, Tim.
Uncle Timmy's got an addictive personality. Whatever it
He does.
is, he goes all I
Yeah.
guess the cigarettes or whatever. But so
Dude,
I guess
he loves candy.
he's diabetic, right? He's
Yeah.
got
Correct.
diabetes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he had to go to the he was staying at the hospital for a little bit because he had to get some work done on his leg or whatever. And so I'm like calling him to see how he's doing. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna come visit you, blah blah blah. He's like, Tom, can you stop at T&F and get me an Italian hoagie? It's like smuggling a hoagie into this place for you.
Dude, I mean, I don't blame him. I did
did
do
it.
a-
I mean,
I
got
did
him,
do
man.
a recent stint in the hospital, and I ordered Domino's. That's how.
But he
fucking-
was there because of the food he was eating.
Oh,
You know what I mean? That's why he was there. So like he was there because he's drinking soda all the time and eating chips and
An
hoagies
Italian
or
hoagies.
whatever,
Yeah,
or cake and pie
yeah.
and diabetes. And
Yeah.
so it's like,
doing
you
nothing.
sure you should have
God,
this?
I would
He's like,
love a
"Yeah,
T&F
okay, okay."
Italian right now.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking love
Yeah.
T&F. Dude, fucking dude. He's fucking nuts.
What a lovable guy.
He is I love him. I love him to death. But so speaking of tying people to stuff, my dad told this famous story of my dad was one of 10, right? One of 10 kids. And yeah, you know, an Irish Catholic house in Scranton, blue collar, right? And he's kind of in the middle. So he had an older sister, right? My Aunt Kathy, right? And so what my dad would do is, because Scranton gets so cold back then, people would just leave their beer on the porch, right? So he would just go around and like see if any beer was on the porch and grab some beers and fucking drink, right? So apparently my grandfather had left some beers on the porch, right? And my dad took the beers and drank them and then blamed them on, and they were like, oh, these fucking neighborhood kids are stealing our beer again, you know, something like that, right? And my Aunt Kathy ratted on my dad, right?
Oh my.
And he was dude, I'll tell you, he could be very angry at times, right? So he took he was like, at the time, like, yo, he was like yoked, dude. He was always a really strong guy, but he was like, I saw pictures of him, right? Like he was fucking yoked, and he was training to be an Army Ranger. Like at the time, like he was fucking, yeah, he was doing his thing. But either way, so he takes my Aunt Kathy and ties her to a tree in the front of the house for 8 hours. And and she's screaming her head off. And if anyone tried to come and untie her, he would come out and tell him to fuck off. And he's like, don't fucking touch her, or I'll kill you. You know what I mean? So he fucking tied her outside in the cold for like 8 hours to a tree because she ratted on him. And he still, honestly, he held that grudge against her till his last day. You know what I mean? Like he always
Jesus
held it.
Christ.
Yeah.
He had some issues, Scott.
Yeah. You can hold
I
a
met him.
grudge.
I met him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at the gym. You probably met him at
Yep.
the Y, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you remember? Didn't you have a story about meeting him for the first time?
Oh yeah, the first time I met him, he walked you down the stairs and saw you come in, and he's like, all right, boy. He's like, here's the I don't know if he said boy, but he said, here's the gym. And you're like looking around, and he's like, you know, those weights aren't going to lift themselves. Get your ass out there.
That sounds like him for sure. Yeah.
Good dude.
No, real good dude. Shout out, fan of the show, listener to the show. So let's keep it moving. All right. So you're at Bloomsburg, you're caddying like in the summer and like in the, every couple, whenever you get a chance, right? And how did you like caddying? Fun, easy?
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, it was cash-free money.
Yeah.
Or tax-free money.
Yeah.
You're getting paid when I was younger, $80 for 4 hours. Back then was a lot of money.
Yeah. And you'd get the tips, right?
Correct. Right.
Okay.
So you'd be sometimes walking away with like $120, $130 for 4 hours.
Nice.
And then And
Would
then
you work the angle of like, yo, I'm I got a scholarship to blah blah blah, and I'm just I'm a student athlete, and they don't let us get real jobs, but like, how would you work it, or were you just?
They would always ask us like what we're doing, and they would always like, oh, I'm in college, just trying to pay for my rent or drinking money.
So they'd hook you up. Yeah.
You
Nice.
doing 2 bags at once, Scott, or more than
Yep,
that?
doubles always. Yep.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, dude, was it a good workout? Like, did it help?
Oh my God, they would destroy your shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you had did you ever have shoulder problems from all those years playing line?
No, more knees.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah,
but so you're fucking just carrying these. I mean, after a while, right? Like you probably
get used to it. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, It's probably nothing to like when you're benching 350 at 14, you're like a couple golf bags on the
yeah. But then walking a mile was trouble though. Being heavy, like, oh God.
Yeah, your heart's like, hold on, hold on, guys. Hey, didn't you chip one over here?
Yeah.
All right,
Do you have any beef jerky?
That's great. Nice. And what you were at the mainland? Where did you go?
No, so it was it's called Bluestone now. It used to be called oh my God. It was
Plymouth?
a Jewish what?
Was it Plymouth?
No. It's on
Bluebell?
Morris Road. Yeah, it's right in Bluebell. It was a Jewish country club. It's called Bluestone now.
Shalom.
No,
No.
I forget the name of it.
Mazel.
I can't think.
Latkes.
My one.
Meadowlands.
Meadowlands.
The Meadowlands.
That's it.
Golly.
Yeah, and I would they would actually hire us to like clean parking lots as well because they all had money, so they would hire us to do like other things like move furniture. Right? Yeah. We
have to fucking cut that. Hey, I worked in a Jewish area for a long time. I'll tell you this, right? They tip, but they tip the exact percentage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if and they'll tip you 18%, which is great. If you're averaging 18% on tips as like at a normal restaurant, that's fine. 20% is better. Right. And if but whatever, but they'll run you though. They fucking
standard, right?
They run you.
Mm-hmm.
But that I'm generalizing a whole people. There's some that didn't. So go ahead. But that's my experience from fucking 10 years of waiting tables on them. So just saying, fucking not racist. It's just experienced opinion. So go ahead, Scott. So okay. So you're working there. You're doing like they'll have you cleaning stuff and caddying and all that stuff. So, okay, so you're working there and then you're also playing football at Bloomsburg. So you would said like this is where shit would take off for you, especially your sophomore year. What did you change? How did it get better? What was going on?
Just my workout method and my dedication to it.
Yeah.
Like waking up early in the morning, go working out before going to class. And, we had a personal trainer, so that helped. He put us on diets and then just cardio. Yeah, so it was good. It was really good.
Dude, nice.
That's when I hit my peak.
What were you like what kind of stuff? Because back then, right? I guess this was what, like 04, 05, like that?
04, yeah, 03, 04, 05.
So this is like we're starting to come into like, dude, in a couple years, everyone's flipping tires and all that stuff.
Protein shakes.
Protein
creatine
bars, all of that.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Ephedra.
Yeah. Oh, dude, ephedra. Oh my
D-ball.
God.
Get some
Dude,
D-ball.
we were all fucking, dude, I was fucking nose deep in ephedra. They used to have them in Stacker 2s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Stacker 2s used to have ephedra in them. And like we would.
Those are the yellow ones, right?
Yeah.
The
bumblebee. Yeah. Dude, the wrestling team, we were all fucking on them. We were fucking cutting weight like sons of bitches. Dude, I remember having like fucking heart palpitations. You know what I'm saying? Like those shits fucked you up. Ephedra was real. That shit was real. Imagine being like 16, 17-year-old kid full of hormones and like coming down from ephedra, right? I was a mess to deal with, brother, emotionally and physically. Let me tell you. But no, ephedra was, dude, and like I had a buddy of mine who would steal them from the Q Mart and then he would sell them to me, and then like I would have them and sell them to the team and stuff. But dude, Cabot would come to my homeroom every day and buy 3 of them. Every day, 3 of them, right? Motherfucker was, and he would take them all at once. Just like, dude, no, like there was a water fountain right there. He would go take them all 3 at once and just like, yeah, nah, he would, dude. Yeah, that shit, dude. It's a good thing they made that shit illegal because that was fucking killing people.
Well, they had like too, like creatine had a big burst, like when McGuire and Sosa were, because everyone's like, oh, they're taking creatine. I mean, it's this amazing thing that's like, really working out. So everyone's like, all right, we got to take creatine for working out and stuff like that. So
with a side of HGH.
Yeah, that's what they were using. But I'm telling you, it helped the creatine sales.
For sure.
Oh, dude, they probably were. Yeah, if you're investing in the stock market, put your money in creatine, baby. Dude, yeah, no, they were. Yeah, they put that shit through the roof. Everyone was creatine.
Everybody.
It was huge. Yep. Everyone had the big. That's when you first saw the big tubs.
Bottles.
Yep, and GNC and all that. Oh yeah, man.
Big ass scooper.
Oh yeah, dude, that was stuff. That stuff was. But that stuff, their whole thing was like they filled your muscles with water, right? Like that was the gimmick. Yeah. Yeah. I know about that stuff. I was very, I was very sophisticated. But either way, all right. What kind of stuff did he have you doing? Like different types of like interval training with the lifting and like different cardio, like footwork and stuff. Like what did he have you
like doing all the football drills with the cones and doing stadiums, and then they're big on the 40-yard dash, and then pulling the sleds. That was the big thing, pulling sleds.
Oh, I bet, dude. Sleds are still like, I'll tell you, man, as far as my experience, and I've been worked in like gyms I've been working at a gym for 14 years. And I'll tell you, fitness is so, as like an industry, is so fashionable, right? Like there's always like a new trend or a new fashion or something like that. You know what I mean? And the sled is huge now. The sled's been big for a few years. You know what I mean? But like back then, you guys are you talking about the sled like the lineman sled, or the sled like the push,
like where you
sled?
Push? You put the weights on it and you push.
So you guys were kind of ahead of the game with that, because that was kind of a new thing back then, right?
Yeah, we had some of our coaches. One of our coaches was like a former NBA ref, so he he brought some money in and bought us some new stuff. So
was his name Donahue?
I was just gonna say.
No.
Yeah, dude, fucking that's awesome, man. What okay, cool. So let's keep it going then. All right, so you're working there, you're getting in good shape, and this was like one of your better years, you would say, when you first got to Bloom. And did you start
started right away?
Okay.
Yes.
And what position?
I was D tackle.
Oh wow.
Defensive tackle.
Nice. Did you ever
That's
go
where
back?
I would put you, D tackle.
Thanks, Tom.
Did you ever go back on the offensive side?
No.
Never?
Nope.
You stayed defense?
Stayed defensive, till senior year.
Did you and your brother play on the same team at LC for 2 years?
We did. When Chip got hurt, I took over Chip's position as a freshman, and Joey was a sophomore or senior who was right behind me.
You guys fucking, that must have been a 1-2 punch, huh?
It was pretty cool. It was pretty
nice.
Cool.
Nice. Chip, I heard from what they said, Chip was pretty good too.
Chip was a beast.
Yeah.
Chip was a beast. Yes.
Yeah. Nice. He's gonna be on the show too. I think he's on. We're recording with him next week.
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah. So okay. So you're there. You're doing your thing at Bloom. Everything's going good. You would finish at Bloom. Like, how would you say? Like, you hear so much about like college athletics and stuff, and like there's so many rules and regulations and things. How did you like it? How was it with the team? How did you like your experience with it? What would you say?
I mean, it was amazing. It shaped who I am today, with being competitive and working as a team, which a lot of your workforce today, you have like team projects. So it's it was great instructions on, how to be an adult, be a man, shaped who I am today. And
Yeah.
Just the camaraderie, like
Yeah.
guys working together for a goal and
Nice.
not, shedding your own ego into the shitter and just focusing on the team.
Dude, that's incredible, man. And that's just the best philosophy to have. Team, I'm big on team. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's great. That's awesome. And that honestly, that was one of my favorite things about playing football. I loved football, dude. If I had to choose it, I would have played football for as long as I could. But dude, I loved playing, and the camaraderie you build as a team, as a unit, and like being a lineman is its own separate kind of team inside the team as well. You know what I mean? Like, cause you're just like a core group of guys that like work together and stick together. And like, I don't know, man, but that's awesome, dude. Glad to hear you had a good experience. Let's keep it moving though. So
what was your major, Scott? What were you majoring in?
Communications, business communications.
Very nice. Yeah. Nice.
Terrible communicator.
Well, you're pretty good. So there was an incident that would happen though while you're at college. Can you kind of give us a rundown of when this happened and what happened?
So it was the summer going in from my junior to senior year.
Okay.
Everybody's away. I'm up there to work out. And,
what are you, like 19?
I was 20. Yep.
20. Okay.
No, actually I was 21. Sorry, I was 21.
Okay, 21.
So I was working at a bar. I was a bouncer, making some cash. And I was upstairs, and we had these shooter girls that would carry around the shooters, sell them for
sell the shot gimmicks. Yeah.
And there's this one guy.
Those are the, just for everyone, like for people that don't know, they hire good looking girls for that.
Correct. Right.
They want to sell, like they're selling you watered down, overpriced booze, and you need a good looking girl to get some fucking stunads to do it. You know what I mean?
Correct. Make them feel bad. Right.
Yeah. They were, So go ahead. So you had this good looking girl, shot girl. Go ahead.
Yeah. And she was going around, and then this one guy who, he probably had like 13 or 14 of them. He kept calling this one girl over, and he's like trying to slip her number, and then she walked away, and she like, always the one guy. And he like taps her on the ass, and then she like turned around and trade dropped. So I stepped in. I was like, "Yo, buddy, you gotta leave." I was like, "This is unacceptable." No, I didn't say that, but I was like, "Get the fuck out." Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you think you're so big, bad, and tough?" I was like, "No, I don't." I was like, "You're obviously making her feel uncomfortable." I was like, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah.
So then he like turns around, he swings at me, he hits me in the chin, and then I just went nuts, and I just came around, clocked him right in the jaw. He dropped, started bleeding out of his jaw. They called the cops. Cops came. I didn't get arrested, but they got all my information. So this kid, his parents were like big time lawyers. So whole thing went through. They contact me. They're like, "We know you play football. This could ruin your reputation. You could be suspended for the year." So instead of going through the legal, I got sued for, a particular amount of money, which being a college student, I didn't have. So I actually had to call my older brother, told him the whole situation, and it was over 15 grand that I paid for his jaw.
Jesus.
And the bar couldn't
support me because
employee, right? Because I was cash.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the books. So her insurance didn't cover it.
Dude, that's fucking bullshit that piece of shit got away with that, man. That's fucking bullshit.
And the thing is, he didn't even go to that school. He was a friend of one of the fraternity brothers, and just hot shit.
He hit you first, though.
Yeah, self-defense.
So even if he didn't work there,
self-defense.
So they claimed because he was intoxicated and I was dead sober, they had a workable case where I could go to court, and then I could get
think about
assault.
Contacting a lawyer yourself?
I did, which then I later found out that those two lawyers were in cahoots, like they knew each other. Because I didn't want to call my parents because then they would find out. So I went on my own, and the whole thing ended up costing me like 23 grand.
Oh my God.
With the lawyer fees and they're like, if you want to play your senior season, we got to do this outside of court. And I sign all these documents and then transfer the money over.
Those fucking scumbags, man.
Yeah.
That was they just took advantage of you because
they knew.
Yeah.
Right.
Their son's a piece of shit who was fucking being inappropriate with a girl. You asked him to leave. He swings on you. Then you fucking put his ass down like the clown he is. And then now you got it for doing the right thing.
I'm the bad guy.
Dude, that makes me so fucking angry. You're 20. You're a fucking 21. You're a fucking kid. Like, you're legit a kid. I know you're 21, but at that age, you're so fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Every kid is so stupid. They took advantage of you. You know what I'm saying? That's those fucking lawyers. We should find them and send Mike Johnson over their house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I see you, I'm gonna have a fucking bat. Yeah. I am the goon. Dude, fucking dude. Ah, man, that fucking makes me angry. But all right. So either way, enough of that shit. So you would graduate, you would fucking go through all that. Then you started working at a warehouse, right?
Yep. It was an environmental company up in Hazleton.
Nice.
It was actually a kid that I went to school with in high school. His family owned it.
Oh.
So I would work there during college in the warehouse. And then once I graduated, I took over a full-time role as I just worked in the warehouse.
Very cool. Nice.
And then, sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You're talking.
And then I was going to say I slowly progressed. I got my CDL, got my B class, tanker endorsement, and then eventually started driving the trucks.
Nice.
Mhm.
All right. Now, were you delivering or what was
Picking
going
up?
on?
So we'd go around to all the different car dealerships and we'd pick up their waste oil, from doing an oil change. Then we would take it, it would go through a process, and then we would resell it to the car dealership because they would have waste oil heaters, because it's cheaper to have a waste oil heater than your traditional heating. The oil's cheaper.
Yeah. Dude, that's a fucking business, huh? Genius.
Yeah, it was back then. It was, and then we would also sell to the blacktop companies because they would use the oil to heat the asphalt.
Wow, dude, that's fucking pretty nice, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
they had some big, like million gallon tanks up in northern Pennsylvania where they would store it all and then sell it during the summers.
Dude, that's fascinating, man. Like, I fucking that's the kind of shit I love learning on this show. Like, how do they I've been on asphalt and blacktop a million times, right? How the fuck does that shit get made? Well, we know now that they used recycled oil to heat the shit up. What is recycled oil? Oh, that's the shit that you take out of a car that they clean through and send it through. Dude, that's incredible. Absolutely.
It goes through a whole process. You drain the water, then you add in chemicals. It has to come to a certain pH, and then it's
good to go.
Classified to go.
Nice. Fucking dude, that's an interesting process too. Whoever thought of that, that's a fucking millionaire genius right there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So very good. So let's keep it going then. So you would go from how long were you there? Doing if you got 4 years. You got your CDL, you were there for a little bit, huh?
Yep. I was there for 4 years.
Do you still have your CDL or do you have to retake that?
I do.
Oh, nice.
I do. Yeah. I just keep up on it.
How was it driving the big old truck? Huh? Was it an 18-wheeler? What was it?
No. They were so I had my B class. So they're like the oil delivery trucks you see,
Hell yeah.
But ours were like vacuums. Ours would suck the oil out.
Nice. Then you had to do all that too, like driving.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Dude, that's fucking cool, huh?
Now, you can't. That lowers your if you were to get pulled over and you got to do a breathalyzer, you have to have a
correct 0.2 instead of 0.08, 0.02
Oh, wow.
versus 0.08. Correct.
Huh.
So that's like a beer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not even
correct.
Dude, that's like mouthwash. Jesus. Yeah.
So look, we're not willing to say that you can't drink and drive this truck, but just a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah. Well, not even in the truck. It's if
just
you get
anywhere
pulled over anytime.
Oh, if you have that license.
Oh, even if you're driving your car.
Your personal car as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, you can't drink and drive the truck.
Oh, wow. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know. Didn't know that. That's incredible. Nice. Okay. So let's keep it moving then. So you would work there for 4 years, you would leave there, right? Then you would become an insurance agent, right? And you would start as an agent and then you would eventually open up your own store. So how did you get into the insurance game? What was it like? And how was it climbing the ranks and the ropes and then, open up your shop? Go ahead.
Yeah. So 2010, I was like, I have a college degree. I wanted to get into something like more professional, get an office job. And one of my dad's friends was actually getting his license and was going to be opening up a store, which actually never happened. So I actually went and worked for the guy he was working under, got my property and casualty, my life insurance.
PNC, baby.
And just started, in the office, answering phone calls, trying to generate leads. And after 2 years, I was doing really well, had established a pretty good book, and I got the opportunity to open up my own office. So I would open up a insurance, and then we also do title and tags. Like if you're selling your car to Justin, you wanted to come in, do the trade, I would write up the paperwork and then issue, the new title. We do driver's license. I had Pennsylvania lottery. I did the bill pay. Like if you're paying your Pico bill, you could come in and pay your Pico bill or AT&T bill.
Yeah.
And so this was down on Spring Garden Street, and we opened up in 2013. And then 2014, we opened up 2 additional ones. One, which was in the Northeast, which is still there today, in Port Richmond.
Nice.
And then we had another one in South Philly, which closed, I think, like 2 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. And, insurance, the part of Philly that I was in, it wasn't, people were getting insurance just to get insurance, because they were doing the title deal. Well, to do a title deal, you need to have car insurance.
Yeah.
So they would get the car insurance from me, and then 30 days later, they would cancel it. So basically, the insurance company, your commission, here's $80, and then in a month, we're going to take back 65.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
fuck.
it was for me, just started a family. The business model was not working. So we sold all 3 stores in 2015.
Nice.
Did-
Okay. And
Did
how
pretty
long?
well.
So wait, if you're 4 years after school, I guess, so that puts you at like 2008 there. Then I guess from 2008 2015, that's kind of when you had the stores.
Correct. Insurance. Yep.
Okay. And then wow, so you were doing it for 8 years or so, right?
Correct,
Or
the
7
insurance.
years.
Yep.
And so nice. So damn, that's pretty good. You'd open up 3 stores, you'd run them, and then you'd end up selling them all. That's really, really good, man.
Yeah, it was
very
good.
proud of that. That's a major accomplishment. And like, how did you like running the stores and being the boss and all that? Like, how did that go?
So it was a good taste of, being a business owner, because, the mottos, they say it's hard to find good people. Most of the people that I hired, they were younger. Their work mentality wasn't there yet. So running 3 stores, they would typically only have 1 to 2 people working at a time.
Yeah.
So if one person calls out, you're stuck. I can count so many times how many I'd have to go in, drive on a Saturday, 8:00 down to Port Richmond because the girl called off because she had a rough night. And what are you going to do? Fire them? No, you got to keep them because it's hard to find other people. But it was a good taste of learning how to manage people, manage time, and then also managing finances in regards to, with those businesses, you have a certain amount of time of the year, the first 4 months of the year, where you're going to make 75% of your profit. And then you have to manage that money over the rest of the 8 months.
Wait. So you made 75% of your profit in the first quarter of the year?
Mm-hmm. Taxes. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So when people get taxes, they buy cars. We used to do, down in Spring Garden Street, we used to do from February to, I would say mid-April, we'd probably do 14 to 15 a day title transfers.
What?
And, and we're pocketing. So after all said and done, the revenue, I would keep like $110 per transaction.
Oh, wow. Damn. So you're doing, So you want to be like, you're fucking cooking those days then, huh? Where
Oh,
were
yeah,
you?
it's
Where
like-
were you at on Spring Garden?
5th and Spring Garden,
Oh,
right across from the
shit.
Social Security building.
Dude, our dad owned a store. Like, so our dad was a veteran. He was a disabled veteran. So as part of being a disabled veteran, they hook you up with jobs in government run buildings. So they had like a deli, snack bar, convenience store thing in the Social Security building, and he ran that one. So dude, we probably fucking crossed paths because I would work for him when he was there. Dude, we probably crossed paths so many times. Fucking, oh man, that's crazy.
There's like a dollar store, a Subway that were right next to me.
Dude, I know exactly what you're talking about. You're
Yeah.
also by a very famous gentleman's club.
Correct, on 2nd Street. Yep.
Hey,
They have a great buffet.
yeah, the best. I've never been though. Neither is Tom.
Either.
Not to the buffet.
No.
Yeah.
So okay, nice. Sorry, I interrupted you. So you were saying, yeah. So you're dude, you're making the first quarter of the year, you're making 75% of the profit you would make for the year. So managing that going forward, damn, that's something I didn't know.
When did
That's
you-
crazy.
So you started it there. What time of the year did you start? Or like, so your first year, when did you take over?
So I took over in December.
Okay,
Right,
so did you
yeah,
come
yep.
in and did you know, were you like, okay, I know this is going to be our busiest time of the year, or were you caught off guard at the second half of the year? Like,
Little caught off guard. I didn't know.
Okay.
So just opening up, I didn't think it was going to be that big.
You're like, this is great. We're going to be
it was-
killing it all year. And then you're like, June,
Well-
you're like, what's happening? Like,
Well, and the other thing is, like, when you're doing that, you have to do inventory management, because when you get a license plate, when you're doing a title transfer, you have to order those from PennDOT, and those take about 3 to 4 days. So if you don't have so many on hand, you can't do a transaction,
Oh fuck.
and you have to
so
turn
the
them away.
first year, did you miss a lot of transactions?
Oh my, all the time. I lost out on so much money just because I would
You didn't have the
undershoot.
plates?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
And the
Dude.
plates don't go bad, right? So you might as well just have a ton. of
Correct.
them.
Right.
Dude, fucking
But they-
PennDOT.
but-
Ugh.
But it's, with inventory, you have to pay for those plates. So you have to, you're buying
Yeah.
100 plates, you got to put out $1,000, out like $1,200. So you're putting, and those 100 plates will last you 5 days during a busy season. But then if, you have them in May and June, they're going to sit for a little bit.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah,
they don't
right.
expire, right? So it doesn't matter, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Still, I'm with you. I hear you.
What's
Damn.
the best? How people like, could they order custom license plates? through
Yes. Yes.
You? Any good
yes, you
ones?
can.
Any
But
good-
like, if
any
you
good
did that,
custom
you couldn't
plates
get it
come
on the
through?
spot. You'd have to wait,
Right.
right? Okay.
No, and they were so censored. Like the state, a lot of times you would send them up and they would just get rejected because they're like, no, that's derogatory.
Like what? Like what was ones that like?
Do you remember any?
Like this one guy, he tried to order like white boy, and they're like, nope, denied. Yeah, I was like, and it was WHTBOI, white boy.
Right,
Oh
boy.
my God.
Yeah.
Did you tell him like, dude, this isn't gonna work?
I told him from the get go. I was like, you can put in your application money, but it's probably going to get rejected.
So
because-
wait, he would have to pay
Oh yeah.
just to try and
Yep.
still get, like, so PennDOT's legit like, oh, give us all of those because we're just gonna reject them and collect this money.
If they deem it derogatory, yes.
Which I mean, 190% of them, fucking
Yeah.
yeah. Unless it's like, I love Lucy, whatever.
I love mom.
Yeah. What if you got, I love my mom? Nope, we rejected it.
Yeah.
I love your mom.
Right.
No,
Your
Take-
mom's a cunt.
I know your mother.
We all know her.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so let's.
We
keep
all
it
know the
going.
cream saver.
What was the meat? What was it?
the meat mule?
The meat mule.
Oh my God.
Justin, I'm sorry, dude. I still don't know why I fucking said that about your mom. That she was the cream saver, and then
Gotta
the
be
next,
somebody's.
Oh my
and then the
God.
next day I said she was the meat mule.
Meat mule was just a layout.
Meat mule.
That's so good though. The meat mule.
Wow.
The old.
Yep. All right. So nice. Shout out Justin's mom, fan of the show, listen to the show. All right. So okay. So after you sold all those, right, you would end up going to, okay, so you would work for like a grocery store and you lived in the UK for a year, right?
Correct.
How, dude? So what were you doing for this grocery store? How did you like living in the UK for a year? And give us a rundown. What's going down?
So it was a company that was based in Germany, but they were all over Europe and Asia, and they were looking to make their way into the United States. They're competitors with Aldi. I'm sure everybody knows Aldi.
Yeah,
Right?
of course.
Yeah. So their thought was they were going to bring Americans over into the UK and Germany. You would train there for a year, working from. You would start off as an associate, then work all your way up to a store manager, then go into the regional distribution center, run that, and then you would go on to district manager where you're running 3 to 4 stores.
Oh wow.
Living in the UK was, I mean, it was amazing. It was, you know,
What
you'd
part
work.
of
So I lived in Darlington, England. I lived in
Sure.
Leeds. I
Ah,
lived in
Leeds.
Sunderland,
ooh.
and then I visited Edinburgh up in Scotland a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I was
that
a
was-
big fan. I'm a big fan of Crystal Palace, England.
Yeah,
Great town.
Good soccer team.
there is no Crystal Palace, England, you dummy.
What? That's my favorite town.
They're called Crystal Palace. They play in South London. They're from
South
London.
London, the soccer
Yeah.
team. Yeah,
The soccer.
Oh, they named the
with,
soccer team after the town?
That's my soccer team. Scott, did you get to go see any
yeah.
European football
I
games?
saw Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Nice.
Whoa.
It was amazing.
How
The
nuts is
Hotspur.
it?
I mean, you take an Eagles football game, you
Yeah.
can magnify that by 5 times easily.
What?
I mean, the game. So the match would start at say 10 o'clock. Just for instance, you'd be at the pub starting at 7. You'd be there for 3 hours, and then everybody, like a mass movement, would go into the field to the pitch.
The pitch.
The
The
pitch.
pitch.
You know what I love
Dude.
about soccer?
What?
It's 90 minutes. They play their half.
Straight.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's halftime, and then they play the second half. Maybe there's 5 to 7 minutes added on, and it's over. You don't have the 4-hour. A baseball game could last for,
And-
for a
Oh,
lifetime.
baseball.
No
so-
commercials.
And
No
and
commercials.
if
I
the
love
game
it.
starts at 9 o'clock, the game starts at 9 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah.
There's
Really?
no 9:01. Oh yeah, it's right on the dot.
Yep.
They don't fuck around with that.
No, they don't mess
I
around.
love it.
But
Wow.
the coolest thing I saw over there was I saw Scotland play England in a rugby match.
Oh wow.
That was
Oh.
amazing.
Dude, how brutal is that though? Like people, like the fans
Oh,
must
you
be
tell-
going crazy.
Fight City. There were so many fights.
Wow.
I've never seen so many fights.
Why were
Any,
you
like,
Was it
Gaelic
in
football?
Edinburgh?
It was in Edinburgh, up in Scotland.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
So
go
and
ahead.
we
Yeah.
went over with so there was 56 of us that started out with this program, and we all started in Virginia and then all went over to the UK together, but all
Wow.
stationed different parts of the country.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. You got to go with a large group like that.
Oh yeah, it was, but a lot of people dropped out. But it was,
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice. I had friends in Ireland, I had friends up in Scotland, and then a lot were based in England.
Damn. And then okay, so then fucking wait. So why would you? And you said you went to Edinburgh a bunch of times, right? Did you just
To
like
visit, yeah, to
and-
just drive up. So
and
Darlington
like to
and
party
Sunderland.
and okay?
Oh
go ahead.
yeah. So I lived in northern England and
Oh,
Edinburgh.
okay.
So Scotland was only an hour and a half drive.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Are you near like Nottingham and shit?
No, that was more north.
Okay.
Wait, no, you mean Nottingham in England?
Yeah.
No, it was not.
All right.
That was
Alright.
on, I believe that's on the west side. I was on the east.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
So
like
damn.
Newcastle. I was near
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Oh, nice. So okay,
Yeah.
so I hear you.
What's
So
what's the drink of choice over in
yeah.
England? What's everyone drinking over there?
Guinness,
Everyone's drinking
and
Guinness.
Jaeger bombs. Jaeger bombs are huge.
What?
Oh yeah.
Dude, a Guinness and
Red
a
like,
Jaeger
are they
bomb?
drinking Red Bull or is there like a British Red Bull?
We would a British one. They didn't have Red Bull when we were there, but they
Really?
I mean, we'd go out to a bar and you could get 10 Jaeger bombs for 10 pounds.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's equivalent to
like
like
$10.
$12.50. Yeah. 10
Damn.
shots.
So
Yeah.
everyone's just whacking Jaeger bombs everywhere.
Jaeger, huge. We did them everywhere.
Damn, dude, I don't know, man. Dude, I think I'd get sick on Jaeger bombs, but dude, Guinness and Jaeger bombs, my stomach's hurting just thinking about it.
Oh, it was
Oof.
well. Guinness was so cheap, especially if you went to Ireland. Like if
What?
you weren't in like Dublin, if you went to the outskirts, like I was in Limerick for a little bit, Ireland. I mean, they were, you get a pint of Guinness for €2 over there.
Oh wow. So that's what, like
That's
$3?
cheap, yeah, $3.25, something like that.
Damn, that's crazy. Dude,
Mhm.
over
Totally
here
like,
it's like $6.
Oh well, if you go to London or Dublin, you're going to be paying more because it's all
City.
touristy.
Yeah.
What's the the people like over there, like as far as compared to like a US, like you go to a pub, is it really similar?
Laid back, so laid back.
Really?
Like we'd go to work and then we immediately would go right to the pub from work. Nothing was talked about in regards to work. It was all about social and about football, rugby. They didn't talk about work at all when we go out.
Wow. Would you say rugby's like their second big, like soccer's obviously number one. Is rugby number two?
Well, it depends on the part of the city, part of England you go to. Where I was in Northern, they would, I don't know if I can say this, but their thing was, what do you call 11 cunts running around playing sports? And they would call it football. That's what,
11 cunts running around kicking a ball. They call it football. Yeah. And so rugby was bigger up north.
North, yeah. Because if you look at like the Premier League, a lot of the good teams, like Manchester's to the west and south, the good teams are all down south. Like Sunderland, they suck. Newcastle, they're not really good.
Yeah, but it's all like in London and shit, right?
Right, closer to London and southern.
And Crystal Palace, great town.
Tottenham.
Yeah. But no,
the Eagles, EAGLES. Crystal Palace, Eagles.
Oh, very cool. Nice. So you were hanging out with the North with the brutes, dude. I saw this. There's this British rugby guy, right? And he was like the captain of the British national team, and his nose is legit like smashed flat, right? And he ended up marrying like one of the members of the royal family. And I was like, this is fucking great. You know what I mean? But his nose is legit like you thought my nose was bad. Woof. His is like fucking Artie Lang's, but worse.
Those guys are
they're nuts.
Yoked. I mean, you talk about like I'm a bigger guy, and I would go stand next to one of those guys. I was like, I feel tiny.
What? And they're all like super fast and athletic and like
fucking you. Like their legs are legitimate tree trunks.
Oh, dude, I would not want to be tackled by anyone.
They have have cauliflower nose.
Cauliflower nose. Yeah.
What so you're now in England, right? So you're the guy, people are over here from Ireland and England and wherever, and they have an accent. Even if you're from the South and you have like a Southern accent or whatever, chicks kind of dig an accent sometimes. You were the guy over there with the American accent. Did that ever work out into your favor? They're like, oh my God, I love the way you say football. It's so amazing, or like
I was a gold mine over there being American.
Wow.
And I was like, I was in decent shape, but I'm not really a good looking guy. So they were like, wow, this is insane. No, they loved us. But I was married, so.
Yeah.
Of
course, right?
Ruins everything. So all bangers, no mash. Is that what you're saying?
Son of a bitch.
All bangers, no mash.
Mash.
Yeah. So here, I'm gonna share my screen real quick so everybody can see. All right. This is if you guys can see this dude's nose.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So for those of you listening, his name is Michael James Tyndall. He's the captain of the English rugby team, or he was, I don't know, but he's married to like a member of the royal family, and his nose is legit fucking like, look at that. Oh my God. I thought,
Sloth.
dude, I thought mine was bad. This is
Look at-
ridiculous.
Looks like a Speedo logo.
Dude. Yeah, but look up the nose. It's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Nice. Okay, so let's keep it moving. So you would eventually finish up in England, and you would come back to move to Virginia, right?
Yep.
But you're only supposed to be in Virginia for a little bit, right? And like, dude, like they were supposed to send you back to PA, and this kind of like, I mean, I don't want to harp on something bad, but this was not good for your marriage, right?
No, this was the things were rocky when I went over there.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I need a job. But so the premises was I was going to come back to the USA, go down south for, like a month or two of training, and then they would ship us back to our hometowns to open up stores.
Nice.
Well, they halted all of the stores opening above the Virginia border because they wanted to make sure that they got all the processes right. So they were like, yeah, we're looking at a 2-year process to open up stores up north. And I was like, oh shit. Because when I was over in England, my second son was born. So she was at home with 2 kids, and I was down there. It wasn't a good it wasn't a good thing for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't good for us.
Damn, man.
So
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, I mean, came a little bit later, but so I actually looked on LinkedIn. I was like, I got to find a job up north. And then a recruiter reached out to me, and then I actually got into roofing.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So,
I
all right, go ahead.
Go
Yep.
ahead.
No, you go.
So I became, I got a job with the #1 commercial roofing company in the US. They did over $1 billion last year.
All right.
So I became a service director.
Very cool. And what does a service director do?
So they oversee, so with roofing commercial, you have 2 different departments. You have a production, which is your big roofs, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million roofs, like for a Target or, giant, grocery store. And then you have service, where Target will call in and say, hey, I have a leak over aisle 4. Can you please come look at it?
Okay.
So I oversaw 11 crews, and we would do, they were called leak calls, for a company would call in that they're experiencing a leak. We would go and fix it. And then we did small projects.
Would this be part of like the insurance policy that would come with like the, with your service is part of the insurance policy? So like, would you say if you had Nationwide, I'm just saying something for you had, someone do the roof, and then they had Nationwide as like their property insurance, and they would if something happened and they had the endorsement for the roof and whatever in there for, rain and wind and flood, because you need those endorsements because they don't usually come natural in a commercial policy, which everybody knows. So you get like those endorsements or whatever. Is that where you would come in, or is it like a part of the roofing itself? So like, hey, you guys do your roof. This also comes with a lifetime service fee for this, right? Like, how did it go?
So with roofing, with commercialized roofing, when you buy a new roof, you have the option to get a 15, 20, or 30-year warranty.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But that comes through the company that puts it on. So, our salesman would go out and sell $1 million roof, and they'd be getting a 30-year warranty.
Fuck yeah, you would.
And there's certain things, just like insurance, there's certain stipulations where it's not covered. For instance, if there's like a puncture, like if a tree branch comes and pokes the roof, that's not covered because it's not considered workmanship, or the material didn't fail.
Yeah.
It's like trying to think like car insurance. Like if a tree falls on your car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's
or if you have like a. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
No. I've chalked many up to act of God.
Yeah. Or it's like if you have like a contractor on the roof and they're doing HVAC work and they drag their, tools across the roof and rip it open, that's not covered.
Yeah. Nice. That'd be covered under something else probably, but you guys could do the repairs. But that's good. That's crazy, man. That's awesome. I wonder if too, right? Like, say you did get the 30-year warranty, right? Does that get passed over if the business if the building ownership like changes hands? Like, say it's a Target, the Target sells and they change it into an Acme or whatever it is. So whoever owns the building still gets to claim on the warranty of the roof.
So they'd have to do a transfer process.
Yeah.
And what that involves is the new company buys it, who bought it will contact us and say, hey, I want to do a warranty transfer. And then we have to go out and inspect it. And if the previous company didn't maintain the roof, for instance, if they didn't do like preventative maintenance where we're going in and cleaning the roof up and the roof looks like shit, we won't honor that warranty.
Yeah.
Because it was up to us, because we're not going to take on a liability for
Fuck no.
a company who didn't maintain their part of the contract with the roof.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I think you guys were talking about it with Mike Johnson, like EPDM,
yeah,
TPO.
TPO.
That's what we did. Yeah, TPO. Thermoplastic. Yep.
Yeah, you remember that, Tom?
Yeah, I brought it up.
Yeah, you did bring it up because you didn't have PTO, so you talked about TPO.
That's your favorite thing, PTO.
PTO is the greatest invention ever. Dude, if you have PTO here, right? Is it not
so much
fucking incredible?
On and carry over, dog.
Dude, I took a half-day PTO on Monday, and it was fucking great. I'm taking
how many weeks you got,
PTO. Dude, I carried over 8 days, right? And then, and then I get, God, what is it, or something like that? I don't know. I get a ton. I think I have like 3 total days with my carryover.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's
awesome. Well, I'm a client
Amazing.
operations manager, and that comes with a lot of shit, guys.
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I got this big dick office job. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. What are you gonna do? I mean, yeah, it's just a thing. Just kidding. Oh fuck. People I work with listen to this. I can't say the PTO I get because then I'll be getting shit. It's fucking different PTO.
When PTO backfires.
All right. So let's keep it moving then. So you were a service coordinator or a service.
Scott, do you ever get up on the roofs?
All the time. Yep.
Nice.
Because there were
you have to
you jump
inspect?
around up there. You say, "Yeah, you know what? This is solid. I like
no.
This
funny,
TPO is gonna be pretty good. TPO.
I actually did get thrown up in the air one time.
What?
Yeah. So there's this one roof. It's called a EPDM roof. It's a rubber roof, and
EDM. Yeah, I love that kind of music.
That's
dance music.
No wonder you got thrown around. The bass was hitting, huh?
So one time on the edge, the membrane got exposed and wind came up. So it was like a moon bounce. And me and my supervisor up there, and this huge gust of wind came up and it literally tossed us up like 10 feet. And thank God we weren't near like a HVAC unit or something.
The edge.
Or the edge.
Or the
How high
edge.
up were you? How high up were you?
It was about 35 feet. 35 feet up.
What's that? 3 stories or?
Yeah, 3.5.
What were you on? What do you remember the building it was? It was just like,
it was right in Fort Washington.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was,
So go ahead.
It was actually an insurance company over in Fort Washington.
Nice. So wait, so you're on top of this building, right? And like, it's like the white thing that looks like a tarp almost kind of thing.
It's black. So EPDM is a rubber roof. It's like a rubber.
Okay. And so what? It was like there was like a crack in it. So the thing that's pulled over, it's kind of like a loose sheet on top
Correct.
of the roof.
Yep.
And then a big fucking gust of wind, and this thing opens up like a sail, right, on a ship, and just catches all the wind and then pops you guys up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's we've seen it before where it's tossed a 3-ton huge HVAC unit off of the roof onto the side.
What?
Right in King of Prussia, right next to our building. It took a unit, tossed it, and it went on 4 cars total.
What?
Wow.
Is that an act of God or what?
Yeah,
Oh
it was a
my
huge insurance claim.
God. Dude, that's
Well, they and King of Prussia too.
incredible.
That's or wait, you say King of Prussia or Fort
Yeah,
Washington?
Hanson Access Road in King of Prussia.
Oh,
Wow. That's
It
right
was
by
a
my
big
office.
big HVAC company called
Wow.
yeah.
Dude, that's
That must have been pretty
crazy.
crazy. Like when it tossed you up, were you like, we gotta get?
Oh,
off
I
this
thought we were going up and then coming back down through the roof. But thank God it was a steel decking, so we didn't go through.
Nice.
Did it hurt?
Still.
Oh yeah, I mean, fucked up my ankle.
10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
it was. Yeah.
Well,
How
mean,
big
I
was
was-
the other? How big's your boss?
Oh god, no, he was my supervisor. He worked for me.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
He was a small Jamaican guy. He was probably like 5'2". He
probably-
how high did
he,
he
probably
go?
went like 15 feet.
Oh, he landed on me. Yeah.
And he felt fine. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
thanks so much. Thanks, man. Thanks for breaking my fall, man.
That's how he talks.
It's like, oh my God, man, you break my phone, man.
Oh, let's go get a red stripe, man. Oh,
Dude, that's fucking great. Dude, that's incredible. That
Yeah.
like that's how. So I guess that's insane. That like a roof with, and I guess if it's just a small slit, right? Any type of wind just opens it and opens it and opens it, and eventually it's whoosh, and it's, oh my God, that's
Well, and it's because you have like negative and positive pressure. So you have pressure from the units that are blowing too. And once that wind gets, it like comes and just forces like a funnel and just shoots up.
oh wow. And then you just have to like, I guess you just like repair it. You like,
so what'd you
Yeah,
do? Did you like crawl off the like off to the side? Or something? Like,
Well,
or you,
so
like-
obviously that day we deemed it too dangerous.
Yeah.
So we had to come back the next day. And then what we do is we secure
wait.
down the perimeter.
you can sorry. So what do you mean deemed it too dangerous? Like you can go on the roof and be like, hey, this fucking shit is too bad.
Get the
We're
hell
not
off.
com-"
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yep.
I didn't know that. All right.
Mhm. Well, they had
So-
huge problem. They had water like pouring in to the building.
Oh
They had
wow.
a huge, yeah, they had,
was it during a storm or something?
yes.
or-
Yeah. It was August of 2020 that we had
Okay.
a really bad storm, couple
Yeah.
back to back. And, they had water pouring in. They had to call the restoration company because all their molding, all the
Oh,
drywall was,
yeah,
all
they
wet.
probably got
It-
just crushed.
mhm.
Fuck. Jesus. So okay, so you deemed it too dangerous to hang out on. So then what did
Wait,
you have
how'd
to
you
do?
get off the roof? Did you get up and just walk off, or was it still like? Did you like have to like bear
So-
crawl? Like,
so
Could you imagine
we-
if two gusts of wind came back to
Yeah.
back?
like what if
and
you
you're
were
like,
boom,
"Wow, wow."
boom, and then it hits again and it throws you back? Like, was it
So-
still throwing you around a little?
Oh
or-
yeah, I mean it was like it's just constant, it's like a constant wave. But that
Dude.
one, it was because they accidentally turned on the negative pressure because they had all for the HVAC units and they turned it on and it just fucking lifted us.
Oh, so someone hit a button that turned
Right.
you on, and that's
Yep,
what
the
did it.
engineers
Oh,
down.
it
on-
wasn't like a gust of wind.
no,
it
it
was-
it
Combination.
happened because it was a wind and then the negative pressure from
Yeah.
the units were blowing.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Turn off the fucking unit.
Yeah.
Dude, if
So
I were,
we-
did you come down and rip him a fucking new one or what? Like,
We
like,
were
"Why'd you
so
turn that on?"
we were in shock.
yeah.
We didn't know who did it because they had, it's a huge building. They have 4 or 5 engineers who work throughout the
Yeah.
building, so we had no idea.
You
we
still
were
work
just
with
in
that
shock.
guy?
Who, me?
Well,
Yeah.
Tom, you're gonna
No.
come to find out. So Scott then he would be at the number
Just
one
saying, if I saw
commercial.
him again, I'd be like, "Yo, remember
me-
when we
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
yo,
still
remember
talk.
when we
Yeah.
you landed on me? Remember that?"
I still talk to him.
So either way, Scott was at the number one commercial roofing company in the United States for 4 years, Scott, or how
Yep.
many?
For
Okay.
4 years.
So you would then leave there, and then last Monday, right?
Correct. Yep.
Last Monday started at his new job, which he's currently at now. So he's working at, we won't say the name of the place. We know a co-host on the Weekend Poppin' works there.
You work at Cabot's Auto Body Shop?
Yeah. 608 Garfield Ave. That's, yo.
That's awesome.
Need my car inspected.
I was hoping you'd say that.
You welding? You weld?
You scream obscenities and homophobic slurs all day.
You. You made it.
Oh my god.
You made it.
608 Garfield Avenue. Boo. Fuck out of here. Yeah. Fucking Cabot. Fucking love him. But okay, so let's keep moving. So you're working at if you guys haven't guessed, he's working at a local pharmaceutical company that one of our co-hosts on the Weekend Poppin' works at. And he just started. He is a operations manager for sterilization. So this fascinates me. Like the pharmacy game itself is absolutely fascinating, right? Like there's so much small shit that goes into it. Like even Liam's job, like what Liam does is his shit he works with the HVAC units, right? And it is so important. The temperature control is so incredibly important at these places just because they're doing testing and they're, like manufacturing stuff and like all these different things. So like the temperature has to be an exact certain amount or like, this drug will be defective or this test will be inaccurate or whatever. So you're in the same book where you're working on sterilization. So because of, especially with like everything going on, but you can't mix the chemicals. Everything has to be like incredibly spotless, incredibly maintained, and like just flawless. So how's it going? Your first week on the job, how was it? And then what are you doing here and how do you like it? Go ahead.
It's amazing. It's dream come true. I've always been trying to get in with this company. My dad worked there for 38 years.
Awesome.
And it's been amazing. And like you said, what we do is we sterilize the vials that all the vaccines come in. And when you talk about the process, like everything has to be sterilized. So all the equipment that you use on these vaccines have to be put into a washer, and then they have to be sterilized for 8 to 10 hours because when you get a vaccine and there's any type of their aseptic processes, which is like so many parts, microorganisms or per square feet, they can get in the vials and then they can actually become harmful, which is where a lot of pharmaceutical companies have recalls.
Yeah.
Because something happens during the sterilization process where it gets infected.
Oh, and that's millions of dollars down the drain.
Millions.
Oh my gosh.
My first day there, we had just in equipment. The other manager that I work with cost the department over $800,000 because something didn't get sterilized right. It went in for 45 minutes too short, and it was a huge mixing drum that they use for measles.
Yeah.
Which we do, and it was $800,000 because it wasn't sterilized right. And the validation team comes in and says, "Nope, can't use this." And that's
wow.
Yeah,
dude,
it's ridiculous the amount of money that flies around there.
I was gonna say, is that? I mean, are we overpaying for this stuff? $800,000 for a barrel or something
for equipment.
Equipment. Yeah, but they have to discard all of that because it wasn't right? It's all considered waste.
It's waste.
Yeah.
It has to go back through the whole process again.
Wow. So are you using like a specific tool, or like do you have like a room, or do you have like a crew that you're running? Because I remember well, like Justin, didn't Tribib, doesn't he work there? Papa Skibib?
Papa Skibib works there. I think he does the same thing. Do you know Travis Lay?
Travis
Lay.
I don't know everybody. I've only met so many people so far.
But he does the same thing. Sterilization, like they would clean
he sterilizes
equipment.
Rooms after they use them or something, right?
So
well, maybe he does the same. I don't know. I don't know.
What Chris Roberts does too. Pugs.
Where
I think they use like a light, and they do it with light.
Where does Pugs do it at?
Hospitals.
Oh shit. All right. So sorry, Scott. I interrupted you.
You.
Shout out Papa Skibbit, fan of the show, listener of the show. But okay. So you're there, right? So you know going into it, you're like, hey, we have to do this, this, and this today. These need to be done. This needs like you just know like we just gotta chop some wood. Like there's a lot of shit on
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Tell me what is it like?
I mean,
I don't know.
So when I got hired with the company, they didn't even tell me where I was going to be. I just got hired as a operations manager.
Okay.
And because of like confidentiality and I didn't get told where I was working until the first day of work.
Okay.
And then essentially it's, you get hired because of your demonstration on how to manage people and, a profit and loss book. So I got thrown into sterile. And it's been, it's amazing. It's what I've always wanted to do, especially because, the benefits that they offer and, like you talk about PTO. Same kind of boat.
Hey.
Yeah. So I manage, I think Justin, you've worked third shift before, right?
Yeah.
So because I'm an outside hire, I have to start on third shift.
Hey, that's all.
So,
hey, you got to pay your dues, brother. That's part of the game. You got to pay your dues.
Yeah. So I have 10 guys that work for me. But I haven't started on third shift yet because I'm getting training.
Yeah.
And I get trained for 6 months before I go to third shift. Yeah.
How long are you going to be on third shift for?
So how they do is they do contracts within.
So at this place, they do a contract.
Correct. You do a contract. You have to stay within this job role for 2 years. And then after 2 years, you can look to go somewhere else within the company.
All right.
But I can.
Will you be graveyard for the 2 years?
No. If something opens up on first shift within this department, I can move to first shift.
Dude, that's the first thing Justin, you live the third shift life, brother. Any advice?
I mean, if you like alcohol, it's dope.
Yeah.
If you like sleeping while the sun's up.
Man, I wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's gonna be.
I mean, like, it's not all terrible. You know?
Dude,
it's nice.
Like,
I'm getting done work and eating bread because, like, McDonald's breakfast is available to you right when you're done work.
Right, it's tough.
Nice long day.
Your days off are like not days off.
Yeah,
because you're sleeping.
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
you'll get used to it though.
And listen, I'm doing what I got to do to make our family. And
you got to eat lima beans. You got to eat lima beans. If this is what you have to go through in order to be in a position to be back normal, you can sit on your thumb for fucking a year. You know what I mean? Like it's whatever. And in the big scale of things, you're at an incredible company. This is an amazing opportunity. And if you got to do this to be able
counting on you.
If you got, I mean, I think, dude, I think you'll crush it. I think you'll find a way to make it work. I remember Dave Raskob, former guest of the show, friend of the show, listener to the show. He is like, he loves third shift. He absolutely loved it. And he said, after work, he's going fucking shooting 9 holes right away when he's done. And like he would really take advantage of like the no one being around in the early morning. You'd get a breakfast, you would shoot 9 holes. Like that was his gimmick. So maybe if you can come up with something like that, you could make it work for the time being or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you'll figure it out though, dude. I think you'll get it. Yeah. And I think like I'm excited. Dude, you're gonna crush this, man. I'm so fucking happy for you. And this is another big break. Like this is a big break you needed, and it helps you provide for your family and everything. And like you're the whole situation you have with your wife, and now you're with your new lady now. Like, dude, I'm just so happy for you, brother. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. One, she has 3 kids, which they're my kids as well. So I technically have 5.
Fucking Jesus, man.
No, they're great kids. They're
how
amazing.
old?
So hers are 5, 7, and 9.
Oh, so they're still young, huh?
Yeah, but I came into their life, and like her little daughter calls me Dada, and
is their dad in the picture?
Not really. He'll call, but they haven't seen him, and her kids, they're amazing. They're amazing.
That's tough, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
No, listen, it works out for us. We're a nice, nice blended family.
Hey,
she's a rock star. Like she's amazing. She cooks every meal and she treats me like a king. So
dude, that's the best. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude,
has she ever attempted the 1,000-pound club?
No, she's a runner. She runs a lot.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Cool, man. Dude, that's great, dude. No, I'm glad to hear you're are you guys are you married or are you just like living together?
We're engaged. Yeah, we just bought it.
Oh,
We just
fuck yeah.
we just bought a house.
Nice.
Bluebell.
I don't
So
know.
Oh,
I don't
dude,
know.
good luck, brother.
I'm
Dude,
not
how
happy
awful
about
is the fucking house market right now? Oh my god.
we got lucky. So we actually live across from our in-laws, and we bought the house off market. So it worked out.
Oh, you lucky fucking
Yeah.
bastard.
It was
Bro,
amazing.
it's been
Couldn't have
dude,
worked out better.
it's been a fucking nightmare for us, man. No, like imagine going to every house you go to. You can't ask for an appraisal or inspection or they'll reject your offer right away. Right. And plus, without an appraisal, you have to do 15 grand minimum over the asking price. It's fucking
That's crazy.
insanity, man. But yeah, so all right, dude. Well, all right. So we're coming to the top of time. We went a little over, but dude, Scott, man, I'm so fucking happy to hear you're engaged.
Thank you.
You got a house. You got this new job. Things are kicking ass for you. You got your nice big blended family. Justin was a member of a blended family before blended families were cool. He's one of 20 boys, and his poor mom. His poor mom. I mean, you thought your food bill was bad. His food bill. I mean, forget
It's not
about
20.
it.
It's
I mean,
6. But yeah.
Oh.
Do you know the Billocks at all? Any of the Billocks or no? Because
Brian was a grade above us.
it was
and-
Mike, right?
Mike was
Mike, Nick,
Brian,
and Dave.
All right. So we're coming to the top of time. Dude, Scott, man, I wasn't kidding with what I said earlier. Always looked up to you, man. Always been a big fan of you. Dude, so happy you could come on the show. This was fucking another great time. We got you, we had you in the LC Roundtable and then had you on here. Dude, I can't thank you enough for coming on. We're coming to the top of time. Before we get out of here, is there anything you want to say to your adoring fan base before we take off?
I appreciate you guys having me on. It was I love what you guys are doing with this whole podcast. I listen every Tuesday, Friday.
Thank you.
Just amazing. I love it.
Awesome, man. Dude, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. And dude, it's incredible, dude. I really, really do appreciate it. And coming from you, it means a lot, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, you're the best. Jalen Dub, anything you want to say to the Dubinators before we rowdy 5,000?
I just want to say shout out Vladimir Guerrero, fan of the show. And Glenn Campbell sings county lineman song. I'm the lineman of the county. Why can't I remember the words now?
Glenn
not
Campbell.
Johnny Cash, right?
Yeah, it's Glenn Campbell, not Johnny Cash.
There's another
He
song.
might cover it, but
no, there was a song. It was like Johnny Cash.
Walk the Line.
No, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson. God, and then like two other like country guys, and it was God, it's Jesus, I can't remember the name, but it was like one was a highwayman and one was a lineman and one was a dam builder, and they sang this song about like these just badass dudes, and it was a really good fucking song. So yeah.
Sounds like
shout out Glenn Campbell and
Shout out.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Who's Vladimir Guerrero?
Former Toronto Blue Jay. Yeah, Montreal Expo. That's
Vlad
it.
Impaler.
His son is a Toronto Blue Jay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Shout out, fan of the show, listen to the show. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
no batting gloves. Shout out Vlad.
Dude, I don't know. Dude, I don't-
Dog had great bat speed.
What
I've seen him hit one that it bounced off it hit before the plate, it bounced and he hit it and hit like a double. I was like, man, Vlad Guerrero is awesome. When he hit home runs, and he hit a ton of
Pranked
them,
them.
his home runs were like he jacked them.
Shots.
No batting gloves.
I remember
Just
on
pine
Sports
tar
Center-
on the helmet.
Yeah, on Sports Center they used to like Vlad the Impaler. They would call him, and that's when Sports Center was good.
Yeah, dude.
Years ago, I can't wait to tell my kid Sports Center used to be good.
Used to be great. Stuart Scott Van Pelt,
What was
Chris
Craig
Berman.
Ferguson, right?
or Craig Kilborn.
Craig Kilborn. That was
Yeah.
it. Did I remember one of the lines? He was like, "Snap, crackle, and that's a pop. That's out of here." I just remember that. But yeah, Craig Kilborn. Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know.
Craig Kilborn,
no
was he
idea.
on Sports Center?
Yeah,
Am I thinking of the right guy?
yeah. He was
Yeah,
on
he
Sports
also did
Center. He
Talk
had a
Soup.
talk show. He had Talk
Yeah, I
Soup.
remember him doing talks too.
And he had the Craig Ferguson show. He was on that one before, like the CBS show, the Late Late
The
Show.
Late Show.
And then he was also in Old School. Remember?
Yeah, he was like
one
the
of the-
bad
right.
guy.
Yeah,
That's right.
dude, old school. Shout out, great flick. So okay, Tom, anything you want to say to your legions of adoring fans, the Crystal Palace faithful, before we get out of here?
It was Marie Antoinette that said, "Let them eat cake."
There you
They
go.
were
Told his
asking
French.
her, well, what should we do about the people starving in the streets? They have no bread. And she said, "Let them eat cake."
So fucking profound of
She's
Marie.
a cunt. I
Yeah.
think they killed her.
Oh, she got the guillotine, huh?
I
Yep,
don't know
dude.
if it was a guillotine, but I think they drug her out and killed her.
You know what I love? I mean, every time I hear the name Marie, you know what I think of? A Bronx Tale. In the beginning, it's like, get in the car, Marie! Marie! Get in the fucking car! Dude, love it. Get in the car, Marie! Yeah, so good. So, all right. Well, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives podcast. I'm Matt Lavelle, accompanied by Jalen Dub, Justin Richardson, Captain Jerkbeard, Tom Lavelle, and our guest today was the one and only Scott Keating. You can find all our stuff and all our content on all podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You can get us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, and you can join us on the Twitter and the TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe so I can stop asking you to like and subscribe. This has been the Working Perspectives Podcast. Thanks for listening, and stick around for the ad read. Thanks. See ya. Do you have a message or a story inside of you that you've been waiting to tell? Have you always dreamed of writing a book, but are intimidated by the complexities of the book publishing world? Perhaps you want to use a book to launch your public speaking or consulting career. If so, please reach out to Scott and Bell Publishing, located right here in beautiful Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Scott and Bell Publishing handle all genres and authors with all experience levels. Scott and Bell Publishing gives authors 100% creative freedom and a higher royalty split. They can be found at www.skotbell.com. That's www.s as in Sam, K as in Kite, O as in October, T as in Tom, B as in Boy, E as in Edward, L as in Larry, L as in Larry.com. That's Scott and Bell Publishing, where the authors go.